Good morning! It's Saturday, it's CheapShow, and it's part 2 of our Saturday morning showdown. I'm Paul.
And I'm Eli.
Come on in and join us.
Come on, everyone. Come down here. No, come on. Come down here. No, don't put that in there. Take
Put that
away.
back.
Put that down.
You little shit.
Take that out of your rectal passage.
I hate you and your fucking noodle posse.
People love noodles. It's just a fact of CheapShow you're going to have to learn to fucking accept.
CheapShow. Off-brand brand off, off-brand brand off. CheapShow. It's the price of shite. Paul Gannon. Eli Silverman. Welcome to CheapShow.
And I go and I nuzzle.
So yeah, it is part 2 of our Saturday morning showdown.
So this is the showdown bit will be at the end of the day where we'll decide
Which of the 4?
empirically and
Empirically.
objectively which is the greatest children's Saturday morning TV show, British TV show of all time.
Of all time.
Of all-
And last week we did Swap Shop and we did
Tis was.
Tis Was. And it was interesting. One of the funny benefits of recording this 2-part separately is that we got to hear the audience reaction on that episode. And a lot of people said, yeah, it did feel like the BBC was kind of very, safe, middle-class, cozy kind of anarchy, whereas Tis was more working class, more kind of earthy.
Yes, but also it's about the sort of the fact, like I said at the time, that the BBC was sort of has to
Play it
is
safe.
regulated to a
Yeah.
certain degree, is more regulated.
It has to be
And
more
will be-
responsible, I
Yes.
guess. Yeah.
And Tis was independently produced.
So
wasn't
yeah,
it?
Swap Shop was more of a show for, kids who like collecting stamps and spotting trains, and Tis was more for kids who like farting into their hands, cupping it and throwing it in your face in school.
Yeah.
I did that.
Did you do that to people?
Oh, well,
You
I would-
monster.
I would
And I
fart
get the
and
blame.
waft.
I
Fart
get the
and waft.
blame. I didn't do that.
No, when you
I
fart,
didn't
it just
do-
seems like you're about to have a stroke. It's every time you fart looks like you're going to die, and it's just upsetting.
That's not. Listen, you'd be sorry if I did fart and die,
Mate,
then,
you-
but
you-
if you say that, don't
No
say
human being
bad stuff
should
like that.
hold their breath and force a fart out.
I don't
I'm
do
just gonna
that.
say You do.
No, I don't.
I just see you go
just because
"Ooh," and pull a proper Popeye face and fucking squirt out.
Just because I've got a rigorous, healthy
You don't have
sphincter
anything rigorous.
muscles.
You don't have-
I've got musclage
Mate,
down there.
I know
I've
for a
got
fact.
fucking
I
robust.
have empirical evidence that your anus isn't healthy.
It is.
It's not.
All right, don't talk about the incident.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it, but that is my back pocket, pull out when I need
Yeah.
to moments of Eli, your ass is bad. I'm just going to say it.
I don't want to talk about this, and I think we should start the episode again.
No.
we were doing well then.
No.
Then it's a personal attack on me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So,
I've got to have a girlfriend at some point rest of my life. If you say I've got some kind of strainy arse,
what if she listens and likes that? She goes, oh, I've always wanted a guy with a baggy bin bag arsehole. I've always wanted
No,
to
you've
go
gone
with
too
a
far.
guy
You've
whose,
gone-
whose farts smell like Chernobyl. I want a person who, when they let rip, we have to vacate the house because the stench
that's
is so
not true.
eye-stingingly awful.
That's not
that
true.
It brings up my dinner.
My farts are on a spectrum of vileness. My farts are about in the centre, just like any other normal
They are
person.
not. They
are.
are. If your farts were political, they'd be a far-right hate group.
Shut
They
up.
fucking would.
How dare you call my farts bigoted now?
Yeah, it's true though.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, so this week on the show, we're talking about the other half of this equation. We're going to be looking at number 73.
Is it an equation?
Yes, it is an equation.
But how? Where's the plus and the minuses?
Swap Shop
Plus?
plus Tis Was
No, isn't Tis was
times
doesn't
by Saturday Superstore divided by number 73
Equals?
equals best Saturday morning
Okay.
TV show.
All right.
I've done the maths
Now, 70. Are we going to start
with number 73 this week.
part
yeah.
2 with 73? Now,
But-
I don't know a great deal about 73, but what, chronologically, are we keeping on the same chronology here?
Well, effectively,
Don't you
Tis
have a
Was
piece of paper with the dates on it anymore?
No, I threw that out. So
You don't remember, do you?
I'm running by the heat of my pants.
Yeah.
No such phrase.
The heat of your pants is...
There's no such thing as running by the heat of my pants.
Well, you fart, you let out some latent heat,
Mate, that
and
would
then
make
it
you
gives you
faster than
energy.
Usain
It keeps you
Bolt.
warm. You've got wet farts. Your farts aren't healthy. They're
My
very
farts
wet.
are more burbly, yes.
Yeah, they're very burbly.
They're
That's-
more kind of foot in a swamp kind of sound, aren't they? Whereas yours more like tearing leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got rip. They got robust musculature. That is not loose ass. That's the musculature, rigid.
Yeah, in the same way,
Like
a
the
person
reed,
who
like the
can't
reed.
plays a trumpet tries to lick the mouthpiece and
Yes.
squirt it out.
Like a mouthpiece on a trumpet. Exactly. Rigid. Health. Resonating with a healthy frequency.
Whereas I'm more like your good old-fashioned tuba.
You're like a fucking...
Pom, 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 pom. That's me. And you're... Pom, 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 pom.
You're like a black bin bag filled with liquefied kittens. all
black
slopping
bin.
out.
Oh, Eli's got no original thoughts because
What?
I said bin bag about 2 minutes ago.
No, you
and
didn't.
I did. A baggy arsehole bin bag. I
You
said
didn't say bin bag.
I did say bin bag, and I the
Oh,
audio.
by the
proof-
way, I've got an idea for a new character.
No, we haven't. This is not the episode for new
Just
characters.
let me just say, Crypto Bro Brandoff.
Interesting.
Yes, yeah.
Interesting. I think we have
We
dabbled
do,
with that
yes,
in the
but I
past.
think that's the way he's going to go, isn't
So, like
it?
the son of Brandoff is like as a
Crypto Bro Brandoff.
Yes.
Yeah. Perhaps he could be the son of Biscuits and Brandoff.
I mean,
How could they conceive if they're both male? You ask.
well,
but I'll tell you.
Don't we have a scientist character
yes,
we
he
can
would
pull out?
build a womb for Brandoff and Biscuits.
Like a tube, an artificial tube.
That's where Crypto Bro Brandoff arises from.
So what does like Meaty Margaret supply the egg they need?
Why would Meaty Margaret
Well, you
supply
need
an
a
egg?
feet. Well, because I can't think of any of. Oh, right, Madam Lady Plops. Did she
Margaret-
supply the egg?
Listen, I think you should go and ask,
Our scientist character,
what's she called? Margot Fanry or
Margot Fanry.
Craddock? Marjorie Craddock.
Yeah,
Should ask her. She's got machines. She's probably got
she
embryo
might have got a
machines.
machine, a baby making machine. Yeah.
She's got every machine conceivable in the whole
Right, well, let's
universe.
put a pin in that then as we do
Okay.
this week's episode.
All right,
is
number
there anything left
73.
over from? No, I want to see if there's anything left over from last week because I
Tie
know
up the loose scrag ends.
because you need to remind me at the end because I did a Twitter poll last week about these 4 shows and the outcome is going to be interesting.
I think I know.
I think you might know if you've seen it, but we'll save it for
I
the
haven't
listeners.
seen it, but I think I know.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll have a prediction, put it that way.
but we also got those 3 other swap shop books last week, and we did those for Patreon
On the Heath.
on the Heath.
It started to get to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what really, and someone said it on Twitter, what stuck out to me? Noel.
Yeah.
He was so happy in his 20s, late
Yeah.
20s and early 30s, wasn't he?
He
He
seemed
was over the moon. Think
full of
about it,
joy.
though. He was extremely successful at a very young age, wasn't he?
Yeah, 'cause
And
he had
must
a lot
have
of
got
fingers in
rich
pies.
and like, yeah.
Because I think in the past we've even mentioned that he had involvement with like a record shop or 2 that he owned and another business or
He's
2.
an entrepreneurial guy, wasn't he?
You know, again, it's one of those things where all those kind of tropes that Partridge lambasted
Yeah.
come directly from this generation of presenters.
Definitely.
The kind of nouveau riche almost
Yes.
presenters because they were all like local radio people, middle class bods who just got a
was
lot
it
of money.
because, okay, so here's my question then. Why did Noel become so hugely successful so quickly? Was it because the media was changing and the media was becoming more focused on selling these people as personalities? Do you see what I mean?
Well, look at it this way, right? So TV was changing, the landscape was changing, right? Fewer channels, so there was
And it was
more
the emergence
chance.
of...
No, but there was more chance because of the few channels that you're going to see more familiar faces hosting the big shows. So if all you knew in the UK was your breakfast show was hosted by Noel Edmonds and he was your national breakfast presenter, and that slot becomes quite an important slot in the history of
course.
radio,
Yeah.
then when you move to Swap Shop, you transfer a lot of that popularity with you, and then you build on the cult of you to the point where he can go, well, I don't want to do Swap Shop anymore, but the format works for me. I'm going to take it to evenings prime time, reach out to an adult audience.
Did he ever swap over to the ITV?
ITV. I don't think he did. I think after the BBC he went to Sky.
He
and then
feels so
Channel 4.
commercial, though. Do you know what I mean? Which is what's strange. He feels like such a commercial DJ.
It is funny in that, in many respects, House Party, although very BBC, could easily have been an ITV
That's what I mean,
show,
yeah.
and probably would have been a better fit.
Now, also, Cheap.
Yes,
That was Channel 4, wasn't it? That was on a commercial.
So was Deal or No Deal, though.
okay.
So
So he did eventually change.
but at that point, he was probably, his personal private company probably was involved in.
He didn't want to deal with the BBC anymore.
Because I didn't know this Deal or No Deal wasn't a British show. It was a Dutch show originally. Then it was a British show, and then it was the American version, which is very different.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very different.
It's got the models, hasn't it, in America, instead of actual
Plebs.
instead of plebs with backstories holding the boxes. You just got
box is really good.
you just have a bunch of attractive models. Is that right?
all holding suitcases.
Yeah, but who are the contestants then in that
Just
case?
the one person who's on the table.
I see.
So they're just ladies holding suitcases.
That's terrible.
Yes.
That's it makes it even worse.
And I want to say it was Noel's idea to put front and centre the players with the other boxes, which I think
was a bit of genius, and that's what he works on. That's the thing. Even though I find him sort of shallow and sort of charmless,
well,
people find him charming. People don't they?
Like
they
almost
do.
robotic these days.
Yeah.
He's almost like Noelbot.
But that was always his sort of appeal: is that he interacted well with the public. Wasn't it? That was his shtick.
We will find that out when we talk about Superstore later, because it does show you that even the format doesn't really change. The presenters make a huge fucking difference.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to show that with Superstore later on today. So I think that's it. The other books for the Swap Shop books were more par for the course. We did find out more about Brown Sauce. That was just a whim.
Yeah, and lots of pictures of Noel with various animals. Looking over the moon, though. He looks like
big dog.
He looks really happy.
Yeah.
Beaming, you know?
Yeah, here's my cows, here's me lamb, here's me big dog. Oh, look at me tractor. And that whole bit about the helicopter, the G-Noel helicopter, which stood for Ginormous Noel Orifice Enter Largely.
Who knows?
I don't know.
G-spot.
But he rented it out.
Perhaps he's looking for the G-spot.
Noel's
Perhaps he's up in his helicopter. It's a G-spot locator.
Noel spot.
He's like, there it is. And then he drives into it. There's a huge clit on the ground. Not a clit. Inside. Where the
What
G-spot.
are you talking about?
The G-spot's not real. You know that. Do you remember the G-spot? It was a thing.
What are we talking about now?
Female anatomy. It's
you
like
mean
meant
it's
to be
not?
a lump halfway up on the inside. It doesn't exist. Not everyone has one. I just thought I'd say that.
I'm not going to stop this show to do the research on whether or not the G-spot exists.
I'm just opening it up for debate.
Aren't you just?
Prizing it open for debate. Right.
Right, I don't know how to end this segment now.
Tell me about number 73.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. We'll do what we did last time. We'll launch the show. We'll play the theme tune.
Okay,
How
do
about
it, yeah.
So, to start off, part 2 of our Saturday morning showdown.
Yay, come on,
Here
everybody.
we go. It's Saturday morning. It's number 73.
Hey, come on, everybody.
Hey, you! Hey, you! Get ready, get on your feet, get into gear and hit the street. Hey, you! Get moving, it's not too far, you're looking good, so come as you are. Hey, you! You never know what you see when you through that door with the 7-3. Never seen nothing, no, not like this place. Never been, no way, not ever, no. Never seen no place, nowhere similar, not like 73. Hey, you get ready, get on your feet, get into gear and hit the street. It's you that we want to see, so get down to 73. Get down to 73. Hey, you get down to 73.
So we begin with number 73.
Tell you what, Paul.
Hey, you get ready, get on your street, get into gear and hit the street. You never need no one. Nip them,
I have to say,
number 73. Hey, you get ready, get on your feet, get into gear and hit the street.
I have to say, Paul. I have to say.
Do you? Because I'm going to stop you.
No, don't stop
and
me.
I can stop
I have
you.
to say it, please. I have to say.
Go on.
I mean, spoiler warning. I'm
Yeah.
going to give probably number 73 the lowest score.
Interesting.
Because I do not care for it. I do not care for it. And I remember distinctly at the time it would come on and I'd go, oh, God.
So let's...
Oh, and I'd try and watch it and I'd be like, oh, I can't handle this.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? It's that play acting. It's that bad acting. Because it's a...
Before we get into that, let's set the setup, right? So,
Right.
Tis Was Ends. There were other shows popping up around the regions that did similar jobs. There was like Saturday Banana with Bill Oddie.
Saturday Banana with Bill Oddie. Did you ever see that?
It was not in my region, so
Right.
no. But there are clips on YouTube.
Is that any good?
It's kind of like Tis Was.
Talk
really.
about bad personal hygiene.
Oh, with Bill Oddie.
Yeah, he's got waxy feet.
I mean,
Apparently.
this is all
cheesy, waxy
allegedly.
feet.
I can't. I've never
Oh,
heard that
I
story
shouldn't
before.
attack Oddie.
Why? When you've got such a nasty ass, why should you attack his feet?
Not nasty. It's right. We've.
Bill Oddie's feet. I can't. Hang on. Oh God!
You're just jealous of my robust, tombrous farts.
No, I am not. The only thing
Ringing out.
No, the only
they
thing
ring out across this land. They have presence. They have reality. Unlike your sloppy bag end.
You put the
your
bust-
sloppy,
you-
broken, fucking broken hose end full of fucking slap bits.
Wow, great. Wow, you are on form today,
Content.
Mr. Silverman.
Support us on Patreon.
Side note, Eli's feeling poorly
Oh, shut
again.
up. Now you're making
gonna-
excuses
yeah,
for me. I feel fine. I'll defend my grunts, and also, I hate fucking number 73.
Good.
You can't sell it to me. Right, so...
when it comes to your arse, you put the bust in robust.
Now, look.
Waiting 5 minutes to say that. It's not even worth it.
It
I can't get
wasn't
a
worth
word
it.
in edgeways when he's barking.
Didn't
his
make me
mad
laugh.
shit.
Now...
Nothing makes you laugh.
No, that's not true.
It's not. The only thing that makes you laugh is the unfortunate incidents of others.
What, you're saying that my whole humour is based on Schadenfreude?
Yeah.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah. Paul, watch this. It's a tramp falling in a bin I saw
I
on
don't.
YouTube.
What are you talking about? I don't watch tramps falling in bins. I don't.
You do. So, all those shows, like Tiswell started it all off on the ITV
Yes, but
regions.
now I want you to name it because Saturday Banana sounds like a fucking right laugh.
I don't know.
Right, so
So
we've got
what-
Saturday Banana popped
What
up.
I'm saying is a lot of other regions did their own kids' TV shows.
And that's how Tiswell started.
Yeah. So TV South, TVS, which is a production company, got a contract to secure children's television for the south of England. And they created their own department. And from that came Number 73.
I see.
And Number 73 was a Saturday morning show. And the major difference was, and what makes it very different from what came after and what the BBC was after, was the fact that it was kind of this fictional drama kind of thing in the morning, where bunch of people lived in a house every Saturday morning, had wacky adventures, and then pop stars would come in to get involved, and they'd show cartoons.
And the acting is so terrible.
It's of its
And
type.
the scriptiness of it, the sort of, that's what I found unbearable. It'd come on and I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? Why are they pretending they live in this house?
See, the thing is, I
you know what
like
I mean?
that. When I was a kid, I remember loving that because it has that same kind of vibe as Why Don't You?
I was just about to say, it's similar to Why Don't You, isn't it?
Where there's a narrative within the edutainment.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're using a fiction, like you say, a fictional drama sort of structure to present the normal sort of Saturday morning stuff, like pop stars.
The problem is, though,
yeah.
even though it's kind of a novel idea for a kid's show, certainly with Saturday mornings, it does kill the vibe a little bit, though. Because with like
Totally.
Swap Shop and Tiswas and Going Live, the vibe was the kids, the audience, the camera crew, the kind of what could happen
Tiswas
next.
had a proper feeling of like anarchy to it.
Yeah.
And danger.
And this
like,
can't do that because it has to stick to its reality.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't stick to it, doesn't portray the reality very well. So it's this sort of.
no, I think it does.
No, it doesn't. It's pure
I've been
artifice.
No, I
It's
disagree.
pure scripty, awkward, scripty bullshit.
No, I don't disagree that it wasn't awkward.
The performances are stilted.
Yeah, but that's with the benefit of hindsight. I think if you watch a lot of shows of that period, they're all of the same style and tone. I would argue it's no better or worse than a Why Don't You or whatever at the time, right? Just
Okay,
because
yeah.
I think that's the inherent nature of British broadcasting.
Well, no, but they're not just presenting a show; they're pretending they're in this drama sort of thing,
Well,
and it doesn't work.
the
for me.
plot
It
is-
doesn't work for me, and this used to come on, and I'd go, "Oh God,
All right, and then you
oh God."
then you turned over to watch Saturday Superstore.
No, and then I'd fucking go and do something else instead.
Take
I
LSD in a field.
I did not do LSD in my
I
childhood.
don't
I
know
was
what you're
16 when I did LSD.
Yeah, so what? Do you want a badge for that?
I'd like a badge for that, please.
Actually, how old were you when you took your first hallucinogenic? As a sidebar.
16, it was acid.
Acid! That's it, I got nothing else. Right, okay, so the plot to Number 73
Open your
was...
mind, Paul.
Yeah.
You get to see, you have a new outlook and stuff.
I'm actually terrified with the concept of opening my mind and seeing what's in there.
Well, you don't have to look inside. You can look outside.
Looking in.
Yeah, within and without you.
So if my thoughts in my head are dark, I can step outside and be all right and just objectively look at it? Or do you think more likely I'll fall into it in a cascade?
Well, no,
in a
but-
cascade of howls and screams
It's not like a
and drown in my darkness.
in your own terror,
yeah.
at multiplying terror scale.
I mean, mate, that's
Catapult.
more likely.
Probably, yeah. If you took a big dose, yeah.
And you'd end up having to put like a wooden spoon in my mouth to keep me going as I
Tuck
scream.
you in, yeah.
I can't go back there. I can't. How
Yeah,
long
I
is it?
don't think so.
I don't know. That's why I've never taken any hallucinogens.
You have. You've done mushrooms.
No, but I've never had.
They are.
They are. But I've never had a
drug.
strong psychedelic reaction to the point where like the wall shifted.
Right.
Kind of
okay.
shit. I've never had
but
that
you got
experience.
high off them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I've never had a
sort of trip.
mentally transgressive moment.
A trip sort of thing. Yeah.
And that frightens me.
Fine.
Right, number 73.
This is turning into the fucking Joe Rogan thing, man. He goes on about DMT the whole time, doesn't he?
Whatever cunt will roll up,
Yeah.
he'll take it and he'll just nod and think about the $100 million Spotify gave him to not vet any of the garbage coming out of the
here
cunts
we
he has
go.
on his
Right,
show.
sorry, didn't mean to start you off. You know what? It's number 73 is shit and boring. That's why we're having trouble sticking on the topic.
We haven't actually gotten to the point of what it's about. So the plot is that it's a house in a street.
Why is
a
it number
regular
73?
Well, why not?
So they've just pulled that out of their arse.
They pulled it out of their arse number. 73, maybe it's scanned when they were thinking of
It doesn't.
number.
It's not a very attractive looking number or the way it sounds.
What number would you prefer the house to be? Number 69.
I wouldn't make a joke like that. I wouldn't make a joke.
Oh, Bungle. 69. Bungle.
And that's not. I'm not. I don't identify as Bungle.
Yeah. Number 11.
As Zippy. Sorry.
No.
I am not Zippy. Okay.
All right.
I would like to. I would identify as Bungle.
All right. Okay.
Right, okay.
You're pro Bungle. I like
I'm
that.
pro Bungle.
I'm
totally.
pro Zippy.
Zippy's a cunt.
No,
Isn't he?
Zippy
Anyway.
is not okay. He's the naughty boy of the group, but Zippy's Zippy, and he's pure, and he lives his life free.
Well, Bungle goes.
I know Zippy said some questionable things in his past when he's been drunk, and he said things he's regretted.
I would choose number 17 or something like that. Something with a ring to it.
Number 101.
Yeah, I prefer that. Although it's got the George Orwell, which is not. Just call it
Well,
72.
No, considering the show.
I just think the sound of 73 is sort of da-da-da-da, right? It's sort of down. 72.
I don't know. I
Do you
disagree.
know what I mean?
In my head, it's number 73.
Number 36.
Bingo. So, number 73 is a house in a street.
So there's
and
no-
in it. Shut up! Fucking shut up!
Just one question, Paul. So you don't know of any reason why they picked that actual number?
I don't think there is a particular reason why,
Okay.
other than it probably
Fine.
to them sounded good.
Case closed.
All right.
I have no more questions.
All we know is that it lives on the odd side of the street, not the even side of the street.
That's true.
You know,
So perhaps it's sort of like this.
maybe it's a bit odd. The house is run by a woman called Ethel, who is played by a very young Sandy Toksvig, who would go on to be a very prolific comedy writer and now hosts QI.
Did she write a lot, Toxic?
She wrote number 73.
Ah, so it's her. She's very much at the centre of the whole thing as well,
Yeah,
isn't she?
so from what I understand, the show was formed, and the idea was she would own a house, and then the people who would rent the rooms would be the other characters in the house, and every week stars and cartoons would come in, and it'd be a wacky house.
She is kind of like the ringleader as well. She's sort of the compare almost. Of the whole
Yeah,
thing.
and you know, she's the closest it has to a host, I guess.
That's what I mean. The
Even
host,
though
yeah.
the other characters in the house were responsible for carrying more of the show eventually.
Who got most famous? She probably did in the
I
end.
would say it was definitely Esther Randerson. That's not the name I wanted to go for.
Sandy
Sandy Toksvig.
But then Neil Buchanan went on to do stuff.
Neil Buchanan became fucking huge in kids' TV because apart from Art Attack, which was the 90s show,
That's
everyone
what I know
remembers,
him from.
but he also had a production company which came up with things like Finders Keepers, which they bought the idea from America, and his production company, I think, had a hand in that.
Which one was Finders Keepers?
Big house, remember? And every
Yeah.
room, and you had to trash the room.
It was
to
a bit
find
like Funhouse. Or
mate, I'm going to say something actually really controversial. I think Finders Keepers is immensely better
than Funhouse.
than Funhouse.
Don't say that too loudly, because Pat Sharp's friend of the show, Paul. You don't want to burn your bridges there.
I think Pat Sharp would understand that I was a more trashy, rip it all up, because that's the fantasy of Finders Keepers, isn't it? There's a house,
they trash
and you
it.
fucking wreck it looking for toys.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
How
Yeah.
great's that?
Was there Gunge?
They might have been. I know. No,
Did
probably not
Funhouse
Gunge.
had Gunge, didn't it?
No, I don't. Oh no, they had Gunge in their mini games, but not in the actual Funhouse segment.
Ah.
Because I can imagine actually it was probably quite a bit of a fucking messy show, and so you can't have like Finders Keepers couldn't have too
But
much.
did
Gunge.
Finders Keepers come before Funhouse?
After
Okay.
that was
So
another property. Bought
It was
from-
using that kind of... It existed because Funhouse was a big success. What is that genre known as? The sort of kids slapstick
kind of
game show?
action game show, isn't
Yeah.
it?
You don't
'Cause,
see those anymore, do you?
No, I mean in
Oh,
America,
yeah.
they
Floor
had
is Lava is a bit like that and stuff.
that's the
yeah.
new take. But
Yeah.
I mean, like last American show like that might have been Temple of the Lost Gold or whatever it's
You
called.
could include Nightmare almost in that as well,
Nightmare,
couldn't you?
definitely, and you could also include in that Crystal Maze,
Crystal Maze, and also, what was that one with Chegwin in?
The Naked Jungle.
No, not
Where-
the Naked Jungle, where he got his nub out.
Yeah,
No, it's a clean nub. It's a good-looking nub.
I'd have to see it, but
Small penises need some respect in this world, and he had
Cheggers plays his nut.
he had a proper crow's beak atop a tennis ball, right? So,
No wonder Maggie Philbin was upset and
no,
frustrated.
come on, Philbin didn't leave him because of his small penis.
It was part of it. At least he's dead and can't say anything to us about it.
No, what was I going to say? What was that that one where they have the bits?
The adventure game.
Adventure game.
With the plant that went...
And they had the thing at the end where it was sort of, it's video effects, like green screen effects, wasn't it?
It was kind of like a kind of space chess where you had to move over
But that's in that genre as well, isn't it? Yeah.
So anyway, he did that. So they both went on to really big, successful things. In fact, when I was looking into this, there's a cast, right, of what I think it's there's 5. So you got Ethel, who runs the house. You got Dawn.
Ethel played by Toxvig.
Yeah. You've got Neil Buchanan playing Neil. You've got this guy called
He's
Harry.
annoying as fuck.
What's his name?
The chump, Harry Chump Face.
Harry. Well, it doesn't get listed here. Harry Stern is the other character. So you got Neil Buchanan. Ethel Davis, an eccentric old lady, even though she was like 22 or something when she was in the...
Again, it's that sort of fucking weird falseness of it.
Who progressively got younger as the show went on, owned the place. Harry was introduced as a bumbling nephew. Dawn, played by Andrea Arnold, was the roller boot-wearing female lodger, quickly became the go-to person for the animal spot with international vet David Taylor. Most eccentric of all was Patrick Doyle, who was a character in the show who would be the love interest to Ethel, and then they had all those things. It wasn't until season 2 or 3 that Neil Buchanan joined. Oh yeah, Neil Buchanan unofficially joined the cast as a member, as a caricaturist, and Kim Goody joined it in the second series. The second run.
Now, Kim Goody also was an aspiring singer.
As we find out later on. But that was the premise, right? They all lived in the house and wacky adventures happened. I press on Nick's name for Harry Stern and nothing come up. There's no
Really?
Wikipedia page for him. There's no...
Who's that, the young guy?
He's the young guy
clip
you
we
don't
watched.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not the Scouser who's like, I can draw it, man.
No, that's Neil Buchanan.
That's Neil Buchanan. And then not Sandy Toksvig and not Dawn.
That guy who's in the bit that we saw was gonna go out with is introducing Kim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So he was there from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why hasn't he got any profile? Weird.
I don't know, because Kim Goody still did voice work after this, and she still did a few songs, and I think she even voiced a kids' TV show reasonably recently that was quite successful.
Kim Goody. So
Yeah.
she still works in the industry.
Yeah, obviously Neil Buchanan's doing all right for himself, I'd imagine. He's got off the grid. He won't do social media, and he does bits in the background. But from what I heard from Pat Sharp, he's just like low profile, not interested.
Yeah, but he never had any.
And he was always into his music as well. So I think he's got a band he does pub gigs with.
I don't
Fine.
have an issue with Neil Buchanan.
No, I don't.
I
He
think
gave
he was fine.
literally. He was like our generation's Tony Hart, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Although Tony Hart was my generation's Tony Hart.
Yeah,
I used
that
to
is
love
true.
Tony Hart.
Do you remember the other show Buchanan did? Is it Zap, the comic book that came to life?
No.
Yeah, he did stuff like that in it as well.
Oh, morning, Nicely. Not a bad day, is it?
Hello, nicely.
Neil, how
Harry.
you doing, mate? You haven't just come from Liverpool,
It's
have
taken
you?
me 3 days to get here, mate.
3 days?
How are you?
Terrified. No, I'm not terrified. No, I was just getting the milk and...
Why are you terrified?
No, I was just getting the milk and I'm
Harry?
going to take it in.
Harry, why are you terrified?
I'm not. I'm all
Come
right.
on, mate.
I'm all right.
There's something wrong with you. Come on, spill the beans.
Okay. Look, just between you and me, right?
Yeah.
Just between you and me. I met this girl the other day at the disco. Her name's Kim. I'm bringing her home to introduce her to the... Now, cut that out for a start,
That's
right?
why you're all spruced up.
Look, just leave it out, will you?
When you meeting her?
10:30. What's the time?
Just go on 10:30.
Take that. Oh, no.
Harry!
What? Oh, get off.
I'm sorry to stop the session like that, because actually I think the gig's going quite well. We're having a little bit of trouble with the mix down, okay? And I do think, you know that key change from F to C, that one, I think maybe...
Ethel, 1 minute. You can't talk to a band like that. They won't take that sort of stuff.
No, it's just for fun, Harry. Yeah,
Oh, it's for fun.
Watch
A
this,
joke.
watch this,
Yeah.
watch this. Okay, y'all. Now, I think, what we want to do is want to get some kind of feedback going, okay? Right. So what we'll do, like, we'll lay down the first track, and then we'll lay down the others on the top, okay? Now, Billy, if you could give me a note, I think, if you could incorporate that note into the song, I think we're really going to be onto something like maybe a hit,
Humour.
Okay, so quiet in the studio, please. Cans on. And on my cue. Okay, and play.
So that's the format of the show, but they did do interesting things within it. Like Ethel had a fake production company called Front Door Productions. So that meant within each season of the show, there was a film running through it episode by episode. And they were all filmed on film. And they all one was like a murder mystery, one was a Three Musketeers spoof. They did things like that to pad it out.
I know, but it just doesn't land for me, and it was just so boring. The sort of play acting is so boring,
I liked it.
mortifyingly boring.
I liked it
You're
because
younger than
honestly,
me.
I fell in love with.
You were younger
with-
than me,
with
weren't
Sandy
you?
Toksvig in that show.
You fell in love with her.
Genuinely, I loved Ethel, and when she left the show, I was genuinely
I
sad.
don't think Toksvig goes for guys.
I know. Doesn't mean I can't love someone.
Well,
Even if it doesn't need, I don't need to have reciprocated. As a young child,
you wank off to Toksvig.
No, I didn't.
You wank off to
Yeah,
Toksvig.
as I was 7 years old, I tugged my meat.
You were an early developer. And
No,
you
I
wanked off
wasn't.
to. You were
I
a huge
didn't.
bollocked 7-year-old.
I did not thrash my.
You had a huge knob at 7.
What? In that I had one, or I was
Oh,
given
this
one.
has gone too weird. This has
You're
gone
doing
it. Show me the book.
So, as we did last week, we went online to find some merch for each of these shows because, as I say, after this, all that stops. You don't get merch for Going Live by and large, and you don't get merch for Motormouth or Ghost Train or whatever.
They must have had sort of terrible merch like Going Live pens and stuff.
Yeah, but
mustn't
that
they?
doesn't count. I'm talking about like stuff like
Actual
we've covered,
book
the
media,
books.
media content.
So,
yes.
I went online and I bought a number 73 badge, which originally you could only get if you were on the show or entered something that was featured on the show. I bought it on eBay for £5, and I am so happy. You have no idea.
It's bloody good, I have to say. It's
I've
probably my
wanted-
favourite thing about the whole show.
That's
it's
what's
like a
iconic
proper
about
little
it.
model red door,
Yeah.
and it's all actually moulded. Do you know what I mean? It's actual like a little toy door.
That's the thing I think sticks out more than anything about number 73. Less the format, more the iconography of
The
that front
design
door.
and stuff, yeah,
The
was-
bright red door with the nice 70s curvy yellow
Bubble
print.
bubble sort of
the milk
writing,
bottles.
isn't it?
And you know what's great about this book as well? I will say this.
I
When you
spotted
turn it
this.
round,
Yeah, it's a badge.
it's got a fake pin on the
It's
back.
got a pin on the back, as if it's not actually a door.
It's a big
It's
badge.
a big badge.
And you know what? I remember a friend of mine went on number 73 in its final series when it was set for no fucking reason in a cowboy ghost town
Yeah, so they played with the format.
just for that last season.
Yeah, but you were saying that her production company's a bit like that. They're
Yeah.
playing with genres and sort of doing
And there were
stuff.
plots going through the season, like in one of the final seasons, Ethel's getting married to one of the characters who lived next door. So they're building up to the wedding and Ethel leaving the show. So there was narrative and plots and
And
things
it was
like
on
that.
ITV, was it?
ITV in the mornings, yeah. And I think it was national because I remember watching it growing up, so it must have been. I'd
And
imagine.
Tiswas was on ITV.
What I think happened was after
You see,
Tiswas...
go from Tiswas to this. It's a bit of,
No, but also what happened was I think different regions started taking on the responsibilities of creating the shows on the off seasons. So TVS might have dealt with 73 for the summer, but in the winter there was another show. Maybe that was Saturday Banana, or maybe it was
Okay.
Motormouth later. You know what I mean?
But 73 survived for 6 years.
It ran from 82 to 88.
Yeah.
And this book came out in 87, which is interesting because at 87 it was just losing its popularity. Sandy Toksvig had left, and it was one season before they moved. The house got demolished, and they had to move into a cowboy town because apparently the only reason they set it there was because there was a theme park in in Morecambe or something that was
Right.
a Wild West theme park. So they just used that as their set.
I see.
And so he went on the show and came back with the new number 73 door badge, which was a saloon door badge.
Does
With
that
a-
exist?
Yeah.
Have you? How much are those on eBay?
I haven't seen them on eBay because, again, one season, not many badges must have gone out.
Mate, that's a choice piece. You want to get that?
But it's great. It's a red saloon door, 7 and 3 like that on each door.
Yeah.
But because it's 7T3, the T is made from like the kind of
The gap,
the gap
negative
between,
space.
between the two doors.
Ah,
the T
that's interesting.
is formed with that, yeah. If anyone's got that badge and doesn't want it no more, give it to me. So this book that came out,
Oh, the roller skating. I love the roller skating.
the book
Those
that came out,
quads.
the number 73 book that we bought that I got on eBay, is interesting in that it's in many respects similar to the Swap Shop book and the Tiswas book. It's more in line with the Tiswas book because it's more silly with sketches and stories, but it has got stuff about content that they do on the show.
And it also has a sort of strong comic book element where there's one artist has drawn them all as
I wonder
throughout
if
the
Neil
whole thing.
Buchanan is in charge of the drawings. I'd have to have
But
a look.
it's much more consistent throughout the whole book than the other ones. Do you know
In-
what I
in
mean? They're
terms
all
of-
this
yeah.
drawing style.
The house style across the book is consistent. It's
And
not-
it's a way of them sort of not relying too much on photographs of the actual performers, I guess.
yeah.
To be able to tell the story.
We need them to hold this jar of
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not going to turn up to do that. Just draw them.
Yeah, which is it's kind of it's slicker in
Yeah.
a way than the Swap Shop books, I'd say. It's got more of a sort of unified and considered design. Like the whole show. Had a sort of more,
uniform.
It was more uniform, sort of conceptually thought out as a sort of,
Well, because
which is my issue with it, but also is what's good about it, I guess.
It's what's made it different. It's what's made it stand out from Saturday Superstore, which is on at the same time at this point. And I think, if you wanted the silliness and the characters and the cartoons and telebugs and or the adventure of number 73, you could go there. But then we were talking about the other people in that show, and like Dawn, the character of Dawn, was played by an actress.
Is this the roller skate person?
Dawn, who was on roller skates throughout the whole show.
That's cool.
Andrea Arnold. I was like, oh, what's she ever fucking done? Well, turns out she's got an OBE. She's won an Academy Award for a short film Wasp in 2005.
Oh.
She made films called Red Road, Fish Tank, and American Honey, all of which won the Jury Prize at the Cannes Film Festival.
Are these dramas? These independent?
Yeah,
films?
these are all independent dramas. She's also directed 4 episodes of the Amazon Prime video series Transparent. She's done the HBO series Big Little Lies.
She's got a career as a filmmaker.
She's done all right for herself, mate, to be fair.
Well, she was a performer in this, though. She wasn't a filmmaker then, obviously.
No, she was just, making... But
I love her skates. She's got great... They're like sort of rainbow glitter coloured
Yeah,
boots.
because the funny thing is when the
Quads,
show started...
proper quads as well.
When the show started, people were still treating roller skates as the new fad. By 88, not so much.
They were invented in the 50s or the 30s or something.
So why did they suddenly get a huge boom? Was it just the disco?
There's roller disco, and also there's sort of technology advances. I think it's the urethra. I want to say urethra.
Yeah, because everyone's urethra got more.
No,
durable.
what is that stuff called? They make skate wheels out of?
Polyurethane.
Yes,
I just pulled that. I don't know.
I think it's polyurethane. So I think there was an advance in technology in the 70s, so you had much better skate wheels, because those roller skates that used to have like just the skate and you tie it onto your actual shoe.
Yes,
and they had those really brittle, hard, clanky wheels. So it was. I think
that's right. You just use time to your shoes, but then
so it's like roller skating been going for a long time, but I think it was a big fad because you had a much better technologically better skates.
I will say this for number 73 though, it had Frank Sidebottom on it.
Did it?
Yeah,
he's not in the book.
He is. Have you not seen the Frank Sidebottom page?
He used to pop up everywhere, didn't he?
Yeah, because didn't he pop up in Oink?
Yeah, he did. He did the not as Frank Sidebottom, but he did the song on the flexi that was on the Oink cover.
Yes, but he did do a comic strip for it.
Frank Sidebottom's fantastic double page spread.
I don't do a bad Frank Sidebottom, do I?
You stop blowing your own fuck piece, man.
But like Frank Sidebottom, as we've talked about numerously on this show, was like a cult comedy figure that was around the fringes.
Yes, but did he do his own artwork?
Yeah,
Frank Sidebottom?
Because
it's weird. It's different from the artwork around it.
No, he drew his own comic strips when he was asked to for certain publications.
It's funny, isn't it? How he was just this creation, and he got in old kids' TV and
and also culty Channel 4 late night stuff
as well.
And he got his own sitcom for Channel 4 as well.
Bizarre,
right? Number 73. So this book, I really like this book. I'll say this. It's got a few pictures in, a few obvious pictures of the group all doing the profile-y stuff, but there is like silliness in it. Like there's, games to play with your friends and a little board game they've put in and a maze where you've got to get a tunnel. It's a typical annual. It's not like the BBC one where it's like, here's how the show's made and how we make it.
Yeah.
This one's more like it keeps the narrative of the world alive.
Yeah, that's very different from the BBC.
Although
but the BBC like to do that because they're almost like trying to say this is the public broadcasting and this is how it's done and this is where your money sort of goes.
It's going.
Yeah.
Again, the responsibility.
Yeah.
There is a recipe for vegetable curry in this. Mixed veg, potatoes.
Vegetable curry?
Yeah.
Why?
Vegetable curry. Because
Dawn's
a vegetarian. So she's talking about a vegetarian.
Who's Dawn?
The
roller skate
Arnold,
lady.
The old roller skating lady. Here's some jokes. Every one of these books is like a joke page.
Yeah, you need jokes, don't you?
Right. Doctor, I think I'm a dog.
Well, stick this up your ass and pull fuck it.
Yeah, that's the one. Who burped?
What's the punchline to the dog joke?
Oh, I'm not allowed on the couch. So you're
what?
Doctor, I think I'm a dog. Well, get off my couch.
Oh, that's very bad. Why? Because you shit there.
Yeah.
Well, you shit on the couch.
Yeah.
We done messy
That's
shit
what
on
dogs
the couch.
do, isn't it?
Dog egg on the couch. Dog egg next to the last night's pizza in the couch. Warm dog egg. Warm.
Do you want to?
Dusty old dog egg next to pizza slice. fish sausage left out in the
Do you
sun.
want to just not?
Hairy fish sausage left out in the sun. Oh, see how they run.
If you right, here we go.
Right.
Get these. See if you can get these.
Badger.
What was the first underwater spy? Who was the first underwater spy? Actually, that's not the gag, but similar. 7.
007.
No, it's not, but it's James Pond.
Yeah, of course.
Next, what do you call a
that.
cowboy who wears glasses?
Four hide eyes.
No.
Rawhide 4 eyes.
Squint Eastwood.
Oh, he's not a cowboy. He's an actor. That's
I
a
know.
terrible joke.
What's yellow and jumps from cake to cake?
A mad hopping cake squasher.
No. Tarzipan. And finally,
Oh, fuck off.
what's tall, French, and wobbly?
Le Jolie Tower. I'm so shit.
Close. The Trifle Tower.
Trifle Tower.
It's all right. I like it when we do that. So there, so I will.
I'm such an idiot.
There is one part of this book that we will get to.
Le
because
Jelly Tower, I said.
it was close enough.
It wasn't close. It was
close
either
enough.
terrible. My faculties are fading.
No, for some
aren't they?
reason there's an episode. There's a picture of the Why Don't You gang dressed up as
Why don't
no, sorry, not the Why Don't You gang. The number 73 gang dressed up as the A Team, but for some reason they look like the A Team crossed with Shawaddy Waddy.
Well, who's done B.A. Baracus? Because none of them are people of colour.
No, I know. I don't know who it is.
Ooh.
I don't know who that is.
Ooh.
At least they haven't put on the boot polish.
I think
but
they have, mate.
Have they?
Yeah, you can see the line.
I'll put a picture on our website and you can judge for yourself. But that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to get onto the Kim Goody thing.
I think that's that Harry bloke.
No wonder he's not fucking on the internet anymore.
cancelled.
It was like, your agent, we're going to have to drop you. Everyone saw that number 73 book.
I think that is him. Look at the face.
Yeah, you might be right.
It is.
Yeah, because Buchanan is the one who looks like he's fucking from Shanana.
Shanana.
What is the band called? Shanana.
Yeah.
Is it called Shanana?
Shanana.
Shanana. Shanana. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. There's Andrea again. She's got a suit on. Where's that fucking thing about Kim Goody and her record? Because it's
I don't
sad.
know.
Oh, here it is. So, with all of these things that we've been talking about, all these shows, they've all come with like a tie-in record, right? Brown Sauce, Tiz Was Book of Tears. We've got one.
They had a
coming
whole
up.
LP.
Yeah, we've
Tiz
got
Was.
one coming up for Saturday Superstore. There was one for number 73. There wasn't an album, but there was a single released, and that single was by Kim Goody, the female, one of
Who
the
only
female.
joined in the third season or something,
Yeah.
didn't she?
So the most exciting thing to ever happen to me was making my very first record. Now, this seems like bullshit because the one we listened to, which I'm going to put a clip in right now, where it was the Kim Goody song, what was it, Hold the Line or something?
Wasn't Hold the Line.
Hold the Tongue.
That's Foreigner. Hold the line.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Love isn't always on time. No.
Good song.
No, it's not Hold
What
the
was
Line.
that song we listened to, though? 'Cause
I
that was
can't
from
remember.
19
It's pure pap.
But that one said it was from 1980
Well-
or 81. So it's not her first song then.
Well, maybe it didn't get a release. Maybe it was just...
Maybe.
Wait in line. Wait in line. Wait in line. Everything has its time. Like a stream that won't run dry. I keep on running under a stormy sky. No bad conditions or good advice. Take effect even when I know it's right. I just lose all reason. I lose control. I kick a ball without a goal. I should wait in line. Wait in line.
But anyway, she talks about the song she released. I presume a little while before this, called "Don't Turn Around."
Which is the Aswad song.
Oh, well, which was in itself the Tina Turner song.
So but the most famous version surely is Aswad in this country.
Yes,
That was a big number one.
huge number one hit in the 90s.
And that was 91 or something.
No, I
It
want
was
to say
early.
93 or 4.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say something like that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, here we go. Let's fucking look
I don't
this
think
up.
it was the 90s. I think it was like 89, 88, 89.
Aswad, don't Turn Around. 1988, so fair enough.
Blam!
Yeah. But what
Now
was the
test
name of the album it's off?
Don't know.
The album's name was Distant Thunder, like the sound of your erupting a-hole.
Yes, my robust chunders.
So she released a version of Don't Turn Around. And the thing is, I can only imagine it sounds more like the Tina Turner one than the Aswad one.
Yeah, it wouldn't
and
be...
the Tina Turner one has that Tina Turner energy.
But she puts it out before Aswad do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this would have been, let's be generous, because I can't find the exact date. This book came out in 87, the year before the show was cancelled. So this might have been 85, 86 when it happened.
But listen, Paul, I know this interests you, but you were being a bit disingenuous when you say it was a sort of a number 73 record. It isn't.
Well,
not in the same way that
it,
Brown Sauce is
no.
associated with that, or
But-
that the Bucketeers is purely about the show. It's not.
No,
you know,
her character on number 73, part of that narrative that season was her releasing a song and it being released.
Right, so it was tied in.
So it's not a number 73 thing, but it was something she used number 73 to promote. And you know how
vice
successful
versa.
it was? Not very successful. I don't think it even chart.
Didn't even get in the top 100.
In fact, she says at the end, because she talks in this thing about how she worked with a producer called Pete Walsh. They found out what song they would pick because, don't write one. Just pick one and sing it.
Yeah.
And so I think the Tina Turner song had been out for 1 or 2 years beforehand anyway.
Oh, that's from the 80s, the Tina Turner version as well.
I want to say it's like that whole period, like Simply the Best,
Yeah. Her 80s, her big 80s comeback.
85, 86,
Yeah.
whatever it was. Yeah. So it would have come 1 or 2 years after that. The song wasn't even cold in the ground before Kim Goody dug it up. So she talks about making it. It's weird. She talks like she doesn't know what the industry was all about. Because she talks about, so I'd got my contract, and if I told you what a long haul that was, you'd never believe me. And I got a song to sing. So here's a contract, and here's a song you have to sing to fulfill the contract. It sounds really kind of hollow.
What's her career like nowadays?
Again, voiceover work.
Oh, so she's still in the
She's
industry.
still busy.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
still does
Okay.
bits and bobs, charities, that kind of thing.
Okay, well, that's good.
The page actually finishes with what happened to the song. So she goes, for a record to become a hit, it's vital to get onto as many playlists as possible, and that we found was not easy, even with a big record company behind it. David Jason explained that... Sorry, not David Jason, because that's the Only Fools guy.
Yeah.
So they went to Capital Radio...
Why did you say David Jason?
Because the name is David Jensen. Kid Jensen.
Is it Kid Jensen?
Yeah. So
Kid,
David...
that's my sister's nickname. Surname.
Kid Jensen.
Yeah, because she's called Jenny.
Oh.
So we call her Kid Jensen.
Oh, fine.
good, isn't it? It's
Not
a
that
good
she
nickname.
presented Razzmatazz once.
No.
It wasn't anything like that. All right. So David
You know
Jensen...
they attacked Pat Sharp, my sisters, once.
No. Oh, no, you have said
Yeah.
that. And he told me he never got over it. So David Jensen explained that each radio station has a playlist, which is agreed upon by the producers and DJs every
Kid
week.
Jensen.
That's changed, though, now. Now playlists come from, like, the top down. There's a music.
It's
head of
purely
music.
from the sort of, it's much more corporate now, isn't it?
So...
And in fact, algorithmically selected probably now. They
So-
probably use sort of AI things to see which... to do the frequency and stuff,
But what she's saying is that the DJs and producers of those shows would come up with the playlist themselves. And so what she's effectively saying is that people who listened to her song didn't like it. And it was really hard because they're saying, if you get plays, then you get to be on the playlist. But if the playlist helps you get plays, so if you can't get one, you won't get the other. So you can't get either.
Your song's shit.
Yeah. So then she says at the end, my record didn't make the top 100, but it
No.
didn't fall far short. So it wasn't that bad. Anyway, it was a stellar year for me, and I got to be in a band in the number 73 cellar, which is where all the bands would perform in the show.
In a very similar way to Young Ones, is what I said.
And that was the other thing.
You just had bands, but the Young Ones sort of played that up for humour. You'd have Motorhead in the living room.
No,
sort
the
of
reason why they had bands on Young Ones was to get a bigger budget for the show. They didn't pitch it as a comedy show. They pitched it as like entertainment. And part of that remit was they had to have music on the show.
But I think it adds to it. It's
No,
good.
It definitely adds to it. But you can easily see number 73 being a very watered down, kid-friendly Saturday morning version of the Young Ones aesthetic.
Right.
Young people living in a house,
Yeah,
wacky things.
no, it is
bands.
very similar, in fact, in a way,
Dexy's
isn't
coming
it?
on.
Yeah. That's bizarre. Dexy's doing the bit we watched
come on.
had Dexy's do in their living room doing "Come On Eileen." Very strange. Dexy's looked proper weird, didn't they?
Well, no, that was the aesthetic he wanted to
I
go
know,
for.
I know.
No one's allowed to drink. No one's allowed to do
I think
drugs,
he's
no one's
creepy.
allowed to
Kevin
smoke.
Rowland is creepy.
He's a strange chap.
Yeah.
But a true original.
Yeah,
A true original.
Right.
So Number 73 ended. What happened was it was very popular for 5 years.
Did Buchanan shit the bed?
No, it was just down to the fact that Ethel left, and so they
Toksvig left.
Yeah, she left, just gone to do other things. Fair enough.
But she left, and they still had another season afterwards.
They had 2. So one just had that cast that we went through in that book,
but no Ethel.
no Ethel. So they were carrying it, and then the plot was, and I don't know why behind the scenes this happened, but the house was knocked down, and so they moved from number 73 in the street to a number 73 Wild West ghost town.
Hence the badge.
Because there was a theme park nearby they could film in for nothing.
That was the last season.
And that was awful. And everyone looked
that was
miserable making it.
Really?
Because everyone had to do, there had to be a lot more outside shots rather than
cold.
in studio.
Yeah.
So you see these people go, we're performing on next. Here's 5-star in the cold, in the rain, in a shitty puddle outside a fucking old saloon performing Rain or Shine.
It wasn't
good.
good.
So the show kind of died. And then after that, Motormouth, Ghost Train, eventually,
Going Live.
SMTV. Well, Going Live was on the other side.
Okay.
But that's where number 73 is, and that's its legacy. It's more culty, I think, than the other shows we've talked about.
Well, Tiz is more culty.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe because of its inaccessibility to people around the world. Around the UK.
Yeah.
That it was hard for some kids to watch. So I guess
I do not care for number 73. I just find it dull.
I'm more fond of it. I mean, watching it back, very cringe.
Yes.
But as a kid, I loved it. I certainly watched it over Saturday Superstore.
No, like I say, it was just like one of those shows where just the deep
actoriness of it.
Existential boredom set in. Like, it's set in hard, and then I had to go.
But it did give us telebugs.
I like the cartoons more.
Well, the cartoons they showed in number 73 were like literally Disney ones. It was always, here's a Donald Duck cartoon.
That's
for 3
cool.
minutes.
That's great.
It was weird. They just put a projector out onto the table and then pretended
is that
to
what
show
they
it on
did?
a wall. Yeah.
I love that. I love that aspect. Like, let's just
And
show
I love
some
the sandwich
cartoons.
quiz. The sandwich
Oh
quiz.
yes, I was
that
going to
a
ask
big
you about
thing.
that.
Yeah.
What is the sandwich quiz?
The sandwich quiz
I
was
didn't,
like the
I
big...
didn't get it. What do they do? What do they say? What's in my sandwich? Jam? No. What's in it? Marmite? No. What's in it? Bovril? No. What's in it? Marmalade? No. What's in it?
Don't
Peanut
turn
butter?
this into a fucking cheese sop sketch.
No. What's in it? Cheese? No.
Camembert, brie, roquefort, this crunchy frog. Fuck off, Python! So, anyway.
I wasn't doing that. I was
No,
going
I
to
know.
get
No,
spoff.
The quiz
Is
was...
it cheese?
Do you want me to say what the quiz was, or you just want to say random things you can put on a sandwich now?
Hardened spoff.
Right, good. Hard and spoff.
Spreadable juzz. Cheese rind. Ball scrapey cheese rind.
You're saying nothing and
I'm
hoping...
not saying nothing.
You are saying...
I'm saying chud.
Can I tell you about the fucking sandwich game? So
I
we
want a
can end the
sandwich with the
segment.
chud pellet in it.
I want to end the segment
I
so
want
I can end
chud
it by
pellet
talking
shavings.
about the sandwich
I
spread.
want chud pellet shavings.
Shut up.
That's good. Come on.
Shut up or I will hurt you. All right?
I want a pellet.
If you say one more fucking thing...
pellet. That's good.
If you're saying one more fucking thing...
Tell me about
I'm
the
not-
fucking sandwich quiz, you cunt.
Right. The sandwich quiz was like a general knowledge game. And the idea is, when you got a question right, you won a slice of bread. Then you got a bonus question, which was your filling question. And the idea is, at the end of a certain amount of time, the one with the most sandwiches made would win. So
Do you keep them separate, or do you just...
You could stack them, or you could make separate sandwiches. But you got points for every sandwich you made.
every complete...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
but if you
stacked
stack them, then what counts as a sandwich? Because they're sharing
I don't know.
walls.
All I know is that I saw
I
people
do
stack them.
If you stack them, then you'd...
Less points in it.
No, because what counts as a... Oh,
I don't know.
The geometry of this is fucking my mind up.
So you'd go, what was Donald Duck's girlfriend? Daisy. There's a slice of bread. Now your filling question
Is it Daisy?
Yeah. Your filling question is, what does ELO stand for? Electric Light Orchestra. Great, here's your filling. And then another question, there's your bread. That's one sandwich,
Right.
that's 1 point. And you had to do it quickly.
Okay, are you ready, everybody? Ooh, number 3, okay. So, the daring, dazzling, death-defyingly dull, devastatingly dangerous, delectable, delicatessenable, divinely decadent sandwich quiz. Okay, mind your backs. There we go. Okay, plates and knives. We're going to go for our first question. And can I have your name, please?
It's Albert.
Albert. Okay, welcome along, Albert. That's one less point to you. And can I have your name, please?
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Say pass.
Pass.
Okay, pass. Albert playing pass. Okay, now what we're going to do, grab your knives there. There's one on a little magnetic thing for you. Very clever, all this high-tech we've got here. Let's hope I can remember the rules. Now then, I'm going to ask you a question. Either of you can answer. If you think you know the answer, bang the hilt of your knife on the top there and give me the answer. You get the question right, you get a piece of bread and butter, and we move on from there. Okay, are you ready? Albert and pass, here we go. Sandwiches were invented by a famous earl. He was the Earl of... Yes, Albert.
Sandwich.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. You can have be quicker there, pals, if we're going to get in. Now then, there's your first bread and butter sandwich. That's around to you. Now what you get to do is you get to choose a filling here, and you can either have savoury, a little bit of egg mayonnaise there, or sweet, a little bit of jam, or very strange. I'm not quite sure what that is. Some kind of nut effect, I think we probably got there. So what kind of filling are you going to go for?
I'll have not too much my personality.
Okay, there's your pieces of bread. Don't make the filling until you've answered the question. Here's our extremely strange object. I don't know what they think. It's a bit of a horse or something there. Okay, here's your question. Only Albert can answer. Okay. Which country... No, don't go away now, Pass. It'd be very distressing for us all.
He's always like that.
Is he? Okay. Which country has a nut named after it?
Cuba. Britain, not Australia.
No helping from the audience. Which country is South American sort of a country? No helping. Manchester
Brazil.
nut. Yay! Absolutely correct. And so you get to make your sandwich there. You're calling it a fix, are you? Okay, well, let's
That's
get you
it.
started.
It was the game, but it was famous because, you know, wacky and stuff. And
Did they have like slices of tomato and stuff there?
Yeah, they had all
Actual
sorts. They had,
real.
on the table, they had two loaves of bread, and then a tray with like jam and butter and Marmite and cheese and whatever and sandwich spread and paste
Bovril?
and crab paste and bovril.
Crab paste.
Yeah,
oh, I
bet
love
there's crab
that.
paste or salmon spread,
Don't
sandwich
like...
spread, lemon curd, all that kind of stuff.
Remember lemon curd?
My granddad lived off the fucking stuff.
Do you enjoy lemon curd?
When I was a kid, I did. These days, it turns my stomach.
Really?
Don't know why.
Why? Because of the sort of...
Because it reminds you of ejaculate, Mr. Silverman.
No. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. It's not the sort of artificial lemony.
I think it's because it's like lemon
It's
lard.
slimy. Yes,
It's like lemon lard, and it's like, I don't like the idea of lemon lard.
Funny, because I've never heard of anyone changing their mind over their life about lemon curd.
Yeah, it's the opposite, though, with like yogurt. I hated yogurt when I was a kid, and now I love it.
I like a nice fatty yogurt.
Yeah, a nice full Greek.
Full Greek.
You like a full Greek in your mouth, do
Yeah.
you? 100% full Greek, non-fat, curly whip of splashingly delightful goo in your mouth. And that's the end of the number 73
I like
segment.
chuds.
Great, you've added nothing, as ever, and you've ended this poorly.
Number 73 shit. The best thing about the whole thing is that badge, which I want. Can you get me one if you see one, please?
No, I'm having one, so I can be unique and special, unlike you, who's a dirty, horrible.
Come on, you don't
trolley
even
player.
collect those badges that have not proper. It's not a pin
Yeah,
badge,
but
is
I
it?
adapted it, didn't I? Took a tiny little bit of glue, put a little
have
pin
you
on
stuck
the
it on your
back,
board?
Stuck it on my board.
Have you broken it? You
No.
took the other thing off.
Put a tiny little bit of hot glue on and
Hot
stuck a little
glue?
Yeah, a little glue gun pen, and then put a little pin on the back.
You've got a
and then
glue
push-
gun pen?
Yeah, you know, a little stick of glue. You put it in, and
Yeah,
you,
I know. I
yeah.
know what a
I've
hot
got
glue
one of
pen
them.
is.
I've
I've
got
been
a-
around. I know what a hot glue pen is.
Would you like me to get my hot glue pen out? Lay a little bit of hot glue on your top lip,
And then stick a mustache on.
and then
Could you use a hairy fish sausage and stick a mustache on there?
Right, this is 50 minutes, and I'm tired.
Come
of
on,
this.
I'm ready for the denouement.
Well, we're going to move on to the denouement, where we tackle, after this commercial break, Saturday Superstore.
Oh, come on, everybody.
Stop saying "come on, everybody."
Come on, everybody.
Oh, come on, everybody.
Oh.
Hello, what are play people up to now? Doing a bit of fishing then? Look out, here come the pirates. The boats float too. He'll be back on the road soon. Ah, so this is the new play people colour idea, is it? And special painting pens. Just some of the world of play people. From Louis Marks.
Open wide, Lily there.
They're playing dentist. The zany new game of skill from Waddington's. Can you extract teeth without touching the gums and making your patients scream with disapproval? Use the mirror to guide the probe and... There you go. Extract the most teeth and you're the winner. Dentist with its own electronic scream. It's great fun for all the family. Careful now.
Here's motor racing with a difference. Matchbox Power Track, and the difference is the lights. Matchbox Power Track, it's the one with the lights.
So Swap Shop closed its doors in 1982 and the BBC needed a replacement, and so they went with the Saturday Superstore. And the theme, it sounds like this.
It's time for Saturday Superstore! Way!
Good morning. Welcome to the store.
Shit.
Yes. It's
In a
shit.
word.
It doesn't have the Mike Bat joie de vivre.
The Mike Bat has a certain magic to it. The original.
It slapped.
The Swap Shop theme. The original Swap Shop theme.
Did you know, though, that there was a conceit to Saturday Superstore?
It was in a shop.
Yeah, but...
It doesn't really look like that.
No, because the idea was Swap Shop was a shop. And
Where
they
you
thought,
swapped,
what's
yeah.
bigger than a shop?
A superstore.
A
I
superstore's
see.
bigger
I
than a
see.
shop.
So look, just in terms of the chronology.
Yeah.
When did Tiswas finish? 82.
82. Tiswas Swap Shop, both ended 82. 73, this, both started 82. Yeah.
So that basically replaced Tiswas in that slot.
No.
73.
No, yeah, number 73 replaced Tiswas, effectively.
Wow.
And
what a bring down. 73 is
mate,
shit.
No. Tiswas and 73 may have a different style and a different vibe that you don't like. I'm going to argue that the come down from Swap Shop to Superstore
was a bigger gap, bigger fall.
Yeah, it's more like Train Spotting Cold Turkey kind of come down,
right,
than anything else. Because so the idea was it was set in a Superstore, and Mike Reed was replacing Noel Edmonds, but he wasn't just the host. He was the general manager
of the store.
Keith Chegwin, a hangover from Swap Shop, he was the delivery boy, which meant all the wacky things that came in and out, he had to...
Why is he always infantilized? Because he's already in his 30s by this point, isn't he?
Probably, yeah. But because he looks like, I don't know, a cherub, they thought, well, you're always going to be the happy, cheeky Scouse thing. But Maggie Philbin was on the first series of Superstore.
It was Philbin a Scouse as well?
No, I don't believe so. But she was on the first series
Southern.
of Superstore, but then she got subbed out for Sarah Green, who came off the back of Blue Peter.
Sarah Green, a London lady.
No, we will not be talking about Sarah Green quite this yet.
No.
Because I need to warm up.
Yeah.
And then you had David Icke, who was hanging over as well, and he was
from Swap Shop as well.
And they were all in like different departments in the store, but like the sets didn't look like a store.
I wonder why Mike Reed was chosen to replace.
I mean, effectively
Noel.
because he was
he was a DJ as well.
Yeah,
wasn't
he was Noel 2.0.
He was not. He doesn't. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's no Noel.
No,
he's no Noel.
No.
He doesn't.
No.
Mike Reed is no Noel.
Yeah, he's not.
He's a cunt. I'll go that far.
Effectively, the formats of Swap Shop and Superstar are practically the same.
Right.
But what's interesting
There's no swapping.
No, but
Okay.
you change just a few little elements in front of the camera, and you see just how important Noel Edmonds was to Swap Shop.
I can't believe we're saying this.
Because the thing you can say about Noel is, if nothing else, he does know how to work an audience. Like, you see him on House Party, or you see him doing anything live, and he can roll with the punches.
He has a certain professionalism.
He doesn't... There's an old police after us again. He does have a certain amount of I don't get the joke sometimes, but he does know how to work a crowd.
Well, like we said before, that's his strength. Is working with public, public, which he has. But he doesn't come across as condescending as Mike Reed.
No.
Although you can see there is condescension in Noel's.
I think the difference is that Noel can fake being interested in you.
Yeah.
Mike Reed
just cannot
fake any interest in anything other than the idea in his head of him wanking off Cliff Richard.
Yeah, or whatever.
With his lips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like...
that's not called ranking off, mate.
Well,
you've crossed the line.
Has he?
Well, when you cross the line from hand to lip, you've gone from hand job to blow job.
Yeah, why is a wank a wank, but a blowjob isn't a mouth wank?
It's not a mouth wank, because then you'd say what is a...
what is sex?
The sex would just be a fanny wank, wouldn't it? Or a bum wank.
Yeah, or a bum wank.
Or an ear wank. Air wank. That's
ear
where
wank.
I used to get in the swimming pool, right?
Here we go.
And the wave machine, right?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, ooh, 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 and then I'd come, like, in the swimming pool.
Oh, no!
But it was like before I started coming properly. So I just sort of have this orgasm.
So what, without air came out?
No, not
like
air.
Bubbles of air came out from your penis?
No, it was just
like a drowning puppy.
I was just riding it was like the wave machine was wanking me off. I didn't touch myself. It was like this big, big orgasm building in my stomach, like a big oceanic. It was amazing.
Anyway, Mike Reed.
I hope I didn't spunk into the pool. I was a young boy.
Please don't cancel this podcast.
This was Letchworth. Why would you cancel it? I wasn't touching it.
You're the pool spoffer.
I am not the pool spoffer.
Here comes the pool spoffer, burbler. He gets his wanks on a wave machine, burbler. Excuse me, Mr. Lifeguard. Stop rubbing like that. So, that was the format, right?
It was in Letchworth.
I want to spend... I don't want to talk about... especially the word lech. Right. I want to spend less talking about Swap Shop here and more about Mike Reed.
Yeah.
Because Mike Reed seems to have formed the show around his comfort zone. Where it's like, yeah, I'll speak to a kid on the line. Yeah, I'll talk to David Icke for 5 minutes. But what I really want is to have me and Cliff Richard sitting on the couch having a nice chat.
Did Cliff go on it a lot?
A few times.
Really?
And didn't know this.
They're mates,
did you know Mike Reed wrote a Cliff Richard musical?
Which was called...
I don't know. I think it was called Cliff the Musical.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
So I think he...
Did it have Cliff in it?
No. I think it was one of these things where someone
like
would
a
play
jukebox
him.
musical.
Yeah. So
I remember that. It was on at the Dominion, wasn't it?
And like, you know when we saw that clip a minute ago of him singing with the guy from Doctor Hook, and he sings like Cliff Richard. He's got that...
Totally, yeah.
I'm just a...
sort of Buddy Holly affected sort of rock and roll
what is that
singing.
Cliff Richard sound? It is kind of Elvis-y... but-
Well, Cliff Richard was, yes, he was Britain's answer to Elvis, wasn't he? So
It's kind of like a
he's
little
a good
bit
singer.
Elvis.
Cliff Richard has a great voice.
Yeah, I actually have no... I mean, apart from a taste thing, I have no real problems with his singing
taste
style.
is fucking dreadful.
Although,
But I mean, it's like...
Although Wide for Sound is a stone cold fucking classic.
That's a good song. And so is Devil Woman.
She's a devil woman.
That's classic. That's a good bit of pop, that.
I bet when he wrote that, or he was agreed to sing, he was like, I can't, my reputation, I can't sing about the devil. I can't sing about the devil.
No, I think it's before he got really super religious, I think.
Wasn't that around the same time, though? Wasn't like the idea of him being too saintly and always a bachelor. It was like part of that, his reputation began to split from good old innocent pop boy to slightly strange behaviour for a man who lives alone with a vicar.
Yeah.
You know, that
Did he live with a vicar?
Yeah, he lived with him in a mutual relation, flat share with a vicar or something.
Right, so he had a roommate.
Although people started tapping their noses and winking at you when they mentioned it.
Well, the vicar's not allowed to have bum sex with Cliff Richard.
I think all vicars are
or any
allowed
kind
to
of
have,
sex.
I don't think
bum wanks, mouth wanks, like we said.
I don't think vicars...
Fingernail wanks.
They often do.
What about hole in the sofa wank? In between the springs, bit of straw in there.
So far, so good.
Sarah Green talking of wanking.
No, we
Anyway,
need to get to that
right.
because Saturday Superstore, fine, but I think it was built more around like pop music because like Swap Shop was kind of parochial, Village Green almost feel of everything. This seems to be like Mike Reed. I'm only going to do this show if I can have Slade on this week and fucking Ultravox.
Well, but we saw some clips there. We had people like Debbie Harry, Blondie, and
Echo and the Bunnymen.
People just inappropriate, very adults.
Like we said last week,
yeah.
where it's like, Blondie, you've got to get up at 8 tomorrow and be at the studio.
And get a kid going on the line going, why are you called Blondie? You know what I mean? It's like, wow.
Why are you... What's Heart of Glass all about?
Yeah,
and what are its structural thematic relevances to the
Terrible.
modern new wave post-punk
The
movement?
phone-ins. Swap Shop had a phone-in as well.
Actually, I was watching this documentary that was on BBC 2 years ago called It Began with Swap Shop, about the history of Saturday morning TV. And they recreate the set and Noel Edmonds is there and they all come back 30 years later to whatever. But they say, and I didn't really think about this at the time, it was the first show, I think, anywhere in the world that allowed you to call up and speak to Phil Collins or, whatever. And that interaction, the boundary breaking between celebrity and public member.
And that's to do with the technology that was becoming available in terms of switchboards and stuff, and they could actually put
you could
it through.
phone, and you could get correspondence back and speak directly and be on the TV.
Do they do that at all anymore? I mean, you do have it on radio still, don't you? Have call-ins?
Even radio, I think, suffers. I mean, I work on talk radio, and even in the few years I've been there, it's been harder to get people to call in.
Really?
Yeah, because
people text more and sort of don't.
It's confusing. It's an interesting mix of how people engage in radio these days. It's about audience demographics. It's about scheduling. Like if you're doing a young show for young musicians and breakout artists on BBC Radio, local radio, and then the next hour is suddenly talk, you're asking the audience to shift.
Yeah.
And it's like it takes hours for the audience to shift because 20-year-olds were listening to the new band on
Yeah, I
BT
hadn't thought of
Introducing,
that. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like
Local council issues,
local,
or like,
or they
like parking. Or,
and it's like, now you've got to talk. Now we need you to talk. And like it takes them a while. So it is there, but I think we're asked to do less engagement.
It's funny, just the call-in. I wonder if it will like completely disappear.
Well,
I
again,
don't
there's no
even
need
watch-
to,
you know
because
what
I can go on right now to Duran Duran's Twitter account and say, you're a bunch of bellends, send. You know what I mean?
What happens if you turn BBC One on a Saturday morning now at 9? Do you get kids
I have
shows?
actually no idea what's on.
Do you know what I mean? Do you get kids shows? What do you get?
Let's have a quick look. I actually don't know. Let's see what it says. BBC One in the morning. Well, right now, Winter Olympics from 9 in the morning until the afternoon. Oh, no, wait there.
Is that on Saturday?
Yeah, that was this Saturday just gone. It was
Is that what happened back in the day?
It was a breakfast show, the BBC Breakfast with presenters and news and topics.
It's not. They don't have kids shows.
No.
They've got their separate channel for it now, don't they?
Well, yeah, they also
CBBS.
have that, CBBS and the Nickelodeon, all those channels.
But I bet
So
the CBB shows don't have pop stars on anymore.
It did still linger, but then the internet kind of destroyed all of that because it made those barriers between you and the celebrity thinner. Again, like I said, you don't have to call up Matt Bianco anymore and say you're a bunch of wankers. You could just go onto their Twitter account right now and do it. And in fact, I recommend everyone right now.
Why?
Find Matt Bianco and
What's
call him
he
a
done?
wanker. I don't know, nothing.
He's done nothing. He's probably a lovely guy.
There was a great story actually in the press recently about the guy who called up Saturday Superstore to call Matt Bianco wankers and apologised.
Yeah, because that's what happened a lot. Is
because he was like, I was a kid and I was just a dick.
Yeah, you're just pranking, aren't you?
I mean, I think I only know one Matt Bianco song. Get out of that lazy bed.
He was. It was this weird sort of a neo swing, jazzy.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what you want to call it, but electro jazz pop or something.
It's electro swing, sort of. No, it wasn't electro swing, but it
get
was.
out of that lazy bed slaps. Right.
Yeah, I know you played it to me. It is pretty good.
Yeah. So here is Saturday Superstore's book. Now there is an album that came out, a Saturday Superstore album, but it's nothing like the Tiswas one. It is literally like now 8.
It's not original material associated with the show.
It was just whatever was hot in the chart in 1984.
It's just like a comp.
And Mike Reid does a little bit of splurge on the front that just goes, here's some of the hot songs I picked for this.
Because I'm so good at music.
I'm so good, but you're not.
But you're not.
The music you make is shit.
You're a cunt as
and
well.
The music you don't like is good.
Also, I'll go so far as to say you're a bigot as well, Mike Reid. You bigot.
Oh yeah, you know, like he released that UK Calypso song, UKIP Calypso,
the pro-Brexit,
the pro-Brexit,
anti-immigration song,
but
he also does it in a highly dubious West Indian Calypso accent, doesn't
which he said was only for flavour and wasn't meant to be racist. And it's like, well, no, you can't say that because the minute you affect that voice,
and also you're affecting the voice, and the song is about not allowing immigrants, and then the people from the Caribbean. You know, were part of the British Empire, weren't they? They were subjugated. It's like you can't do that
from a culture.
You can't
and
do
then
that.
Tell that culture to fuck off now that you've got it.
And it's just in poor taste and just terrible sort of regurgitation of the worst kind of tabloid right wing.
Well, it's
nonsense.
lazy. So I will say this though: Saturday Superstore didn't release an album, did release a few singles, which we're going to get to later. But they released one called Two Left Feet, and I can't find sight or sound of that anywhere. It was released as a single with Keith Chegwin, Mike Reid, and I think it was Sarah Green, but it didn't chart. I've not seen their copies of it anywhere.
It might well turn up in a charity shop somewhere.
If you find it out there, buy it, send it to us. The PO box details are on our website. Let's just get into this book.
What's it called? Two Left Feet?
Two Left Feet, yeah. There's a screen grab on a website that had a link to a music file, but it was an old flash file, so it doesn't work anymore with modern laptops. So
curious and curious.
But if you can find us the link, I would like to hear it because, you know, there's other stuff like Mike Reid was in a post-pop punk band called the Train Spotters, which is such a fucking typically Mike Reid name to call a punk band.
Was that High Rise?
That was High Rise.
Yeah.
So I'll play a little bit of it now.
Yeah.
The second floor is a dirty old man. The third floor are a couple of drag queens. The fourth floor is the high-rise nag. On the fifth floor there's an army of students. On the sixth floor are the day-glow punks. The seventh floor's been empty for a long time. The eighth floor, that's where I live. High-rise, high-rise. The neighbours are banging on the wall again. High-rise, high-rise. I wanna live underground. No one
as that.
But he's sort of complaining about high-rises in a sort of snobby way.
No, he's saying,
Do you know what I
here's
mean?
a bunch of people who live in this high-rise flat, right? And these are people I don't engage with, have never met in real life, only really know about through the news or the Sunday sport.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's like a tabloid take. It's like punching down on the poor who have to live in high-rises. But then it's punk, which was quite a working-class sort of expression.
Reactionary thing. But it's more like, Jilted John. It's like, where Jilted John took the punk, but kind of turned it into this kind of
Sad,
Adrian
nerdy,
Mole
yes.
thing.
Yeah, it's great. Those are great.
It's like he thinks he's Jilted John, but doesn't understand the background to that character.
And it's also like the underlying point he's making is a sort of backward-looking, every Englishman's house is his castle sort of attitude. Do you know what I mean? Which doesn't fit. It's not rebellious. It's pure sort of licking the establishment's arse, sort of. Do you know what I mean? His whole thing. It's
like the UKIP Calypso. He's taking some other one's style of music that he has no association with or understanding of.
And doing a sort of bigoted, sort of pro-establishment sort of message with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
it's trading on other people's identities for his own fucking work.
Yeah.
Even with Cliff Richard. It's like just doing music like that Maybe I'm Wrong song. It's a little bit ELO, a little bit Cliff Richard, a little bit of everything. And it's like, what original things do you have?
He isn't an original artist.
Look at this picture, first page.
Just his whole look. That shirt is beyond the most 80s thing I've ever seen in my life.
And he's doing the finger guns, which is the worst thing you can do. I think in that picture, what he's really saying is, where were you born in this country? Because you've got dark skin. It's got that look to it.
Mate, some of the clips we saw, it's fucking Chegwin, where there was an Asian girl and he couldn't
pronounce her name.
Hadn't pronounced her name, and then he said that sounds like
something you scrape off your feet.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said it sounds like something you get scraped off your feet because it sounded like carbuncle or something. It
sounded a bit like Veruca.
Yeah, and so he goes, "Oh, it sounds like
it sounds like a skin disease you get on your foot, did it?"
But
this
that's
woman's
what
name, Chegwin. Like,
that's what a presenter happens in his head when they don't know how to react or what to say to get them out of this awkward situation, so they make a shit joke based on a very lazy stereotype.
And the fact that it's just that it's foreign sounding. Do you know what I mean?
I should mention that guy's website on YouTube, the guy who has those clips on. Is it Keith Millard?
I don't know, mate.
Anyway, he has a bunch of little videos about Swap Shop and Saturday Superstore and Barrymore.
Was his video? Did he have his video about the James Wells show?
Yeah,
if you want to see something fucking dark, that is just so atrocious.
I
used to watch that as well. Get Stuffed, then James Whale.
Stuart Millard is his name.
Stuart Millard.
Go see his YouTube channel. There's loads of videos about the stuff we're talking about today.
But traditionally, telly's most awkward moment is the viewer phone call. These were a massive part of Saturday mornings, giving us gold like this.
Is it Arkut Eustace? Yeah. Have I pronounced it correctly?
Yeah. No. No, you spoke it wrong. Y-U-S.
Yes.
U-S-S.
No double S at the end.
No, F-F.
F-F?
Yes,
Oh, double F. Like for Freddy. F for Freddy.
Glad that's cleared up.
I'll make sure they get it right. One F.
That's right now.
That's right. I'm pleased about that.
You know what, Mike? Just say it backwards for no reason.
Tukra, it is the other way around. Tukyaf. That's a great name. Where do you come from, Arkut?
Palmer's Green in London.
Oh, I see.
Open the borders, let them all come in. Illegal immigrants in every town.
Evidently, yakking away on the phone is a great way to run out the clock.
I don't know why I had an imaginary friend, but we used to go on imaginary cycle rides together. And my imaginary cycle always had drop handlebars. So I'd always be walking around going like that. And if anyone saw you, they must have thought you were potty, walking around saying, come on, Fred, keep up. They must have thought I was a loony. I think I used to I used to go around with Rupert Bear a lot and people like that, you know. It was all in here. I used to have boxing matches with my teddy bear, and I always won. I think I punched all the fur off him in the end. All right, thanks for your call anyway. Thank you. Bye-bye. Right, some more calls later. And
What was that American Vietnam drama? Long running.
Dallas.
No, Vietnam, set in Vietnam.
MASH.
No.
Because I was going to say that's
80s
Korean War.
one. And it had Paint It Black was the theme song.
I don't know. Why are we talking about this?
That always used to come on.
When?
After James Wells show.
Oh, fuck off, Grandad. Focus.
I can't focus.
So this book that we've got is very similar to the Swap Shop book in terms of like design and layout, and it's articles about behind the scenes and front of scenes. But there are a few more things in it which Oh, God. It's like
He doesn't look as happy as Noel did with his dogs and stuff,
No,
does he?
because he's disinterested.
He doesn't have animals.
He's disinterested. He's uncomfortable around celebrities who he'd rather be friends with than interviewing.
And also, he's not very good with kids.
He's not good with anyone.
He's just not a very good presenter.
Or
How did he
Mike
get a
Reed.
career?
Well, because
was he good on radio?
Presenters are reasonably kind of self-sufficient.
He
and
must
I
have
would
had
argue-
some competence as a
No, you can
as
have
DJ.
competence, but when you work in a bubble and your job is to talk into a mic when the red light comes on and play a track, it's like you build your own identity within that 2 or 3 hour radio
Right,
show.
and so he's out of his depth when he gets onto the
He's
telly.
out of his depth when he's asked to speak to members of the public,
Or
children,
pop stars.
Well, no, 'cause
lots of different people.
I think he took the job because it's like you get to meet Bucks Fizz,
Yeah,
and you get to meet Doctor.
He's definitely he's a frustrated musician, isn't he?
Yeah, because there was the pop panel, wasn't there, where all the guests sat around and reviewed pop videos where they all went, oh, well, I don't really know. Because here's the other thing. What can they say apart from the edgy musicians? Because all the rest of them have to keep their careers. So I would love to know the backstage wrangling of, well, we can't play that video because Bananarama are on that label as well, so if they slag that band off, then we go, you know what I mean? That there must have been a certain amount of
Politics,
that going on.
yeah.
So there's a cliff writ, there's a thing about Keith Chegwin going out and about and doing that roadshow
Chegwin,
stuff.
I just can't forgive Chegwin for being so racist.
I don't even think it's racist. I just think
it is.
It's that insecure, not know what
your
to
name
say.
sounds like something you'd scrape off. Like he wouldn't say that to a white woman.
No, he wouldn't, because he could say Karen's name. He could say
that's
Julia's
what I mean.
name.
It's
Maggie's name.
Yeah.
You know, often drunk, howling at the street up into a window at 2 a.m, and she's locked the door because he came home a bit too late. Right. So there's all
Philbin
these...
got way out of there.
So Maggie Philbin left, Sarah Green came in. There was a little bit of hangover with
Sarah
Craven,
Green.
because Craven hung about to do some new stuff.
Oh,
still.
really? Well, Craven's a likeable man, isn't he?
And then the book kind of sums up what's happened. There's a thing about David Icke riding a bike to raise some money and not do a hike.
There's a lot of rhyming.
I didn't really mean that to rhyme. It's just that's the thing. He goes, he was working with special needs kids and realised it made him
That
angry.
the Queen is a lizard, the Jewish space lizard. Yes,
Yeah, and he
that's
thought
when he realised
obviously
that.
because they had jabs when they were kids or something. Back then, he just thought, wasn't it sad that these special need kids don't have the opportunities in sport and recreation? Let's raise some money. Something I think these days he would think was a horrible alien Jewish lizard conspiracy designed to fundamentally uproot democracy in this world and leave us open to attack from our alien overlords.
Yes.
There's a picture here that someone's drawn which looks like the Queen's Miracle album of all the cast drawn together.
Wow, that's pretty good drawing.
Pretty good drawing, but Craven's got the biggest head there.
Oh no, and he's kind of flattened Sarah Green's face in a sort of weird way.
Weirdly, in a kind of pie.
Well, it's
tin way. So Mike Reed,
I couldn't draw someone's face that well.
So Mike Reed on the radio station, how does he get up and then it breaks into? So let me read you this. This is apparently what Mike Reed wrote about his daily day as a radio presenter doing breakfast show stuff. Right. So 5:01, waking up from an unlikely dream, panic-stricken. Have I not heard the alarm and have overslept? 5:02. Realise I haven't. Settled down for a quick 15-minute snooze, but failed to pick up that dream where I left off. And I never got to speak to her.
Oh, wipe the cum off the fucking crusty pillow.
5:15. Lady's voice whispers in my ear, time to get up. It's the operator with my alarm call. Pity they don't come around and do breakfast as well.
And gob me off.
And wearing like tiny little skirt and a
why can't they come out with a bra on and fucking gob me off?
Why can't some fucking dinner lady come over here with a full English and then fucking sit on my face while I waggle my tongue?
As long as she's not foreign.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
As long as I know where she was born.
Fucking cunt Mike Reed is.
Anyway, 5:15, Noddy and Big Ear's backup alarm goes off. I throw it into the nearest pile of socks.
Oh, fuck off,
5:32, throw myself out of bed and attempt to squeeze just one more brushful out of my empty toothpaste.
Right, I see. Squeeze one more dropful of
my
spunk out of my fucking
nubbin.
weeping meatus.
What else? And then,
fucking come back, Noel. All is forgiven,
he
man.
He spends 3 entries, time entries, explaining how to make tea. Like 5:33, put tea in bag, boil kettle.
Oh, fuck
5:40.
off. He's a tea Nazi, I bet, as well. Like.
Bundle.
Paul, that reminds me. We have to do the tea test.
Yeah, we'll do that one week in the future.
Okay.
We've got a tea experiment lined up. Thrilling
and
stuff.
And it could be very iconoclastic and break people's minds.
Anyway, 6:35, get into broadcasting house. Exchange unlimited banter with commissioners. What does that mean?
He goes, oh, you can't.
I exchange unlimited banter.
It's uncensored banter.
What he means is he talked and they walked off while he was mid-sentence because they were tired of listening to his inane fucking middle shit. Up in a lift, right? He's in a lift now.
That is a punishing schedule, though. You arrive at 6:30. Bloody hell!
So he talks about threatening to get his guitar out on his radio show.
Oh God, he's always threatening to get his fucking guitar out.
Oh, it's even there, 8:34 between a song, I pick up a guitar and strum a few chords.
Shut up, Mike! You're not a professional musician. Why can't you be happy? You get to present telly, you know?
Exchange pleasantries with Tom, our commissioner, who extols the virtues of Doris Day and Howard Keel. I nod wisely and promise to play him a Howard Keel track as soon as possible.
Who's Howard Keel?
I don't know. Then Keith Chegwin's got a fucking horse. There's that. There's handwriting. There's stamps. How to make a kite. More quizzes. Another fucking picture of him with a guitar.
He can't stop. He fucking can't stop.
With Noel, here's a
He's
picture
so
of
uncool, though. Did kids like him?
I don't think they did.
Yeah.
I think they liked him because maybe he hosted a telly show, but
Yeah.
outside of that, I don't think there was any love between him and the audience.
Did he? And he went on to do the pop quiz after
Mike
this.
Reed's pop quiz, which we did a couple of weeks back, featured on the show with a board game,
Yeah.
didn't we? But here's the thing: it's like Noel Edmonds in these books. Here's me with a cow and a helicopter and a tractor and a lamb and a dog. Mike Reed, I've got me guitar. I've only got me guitar, and he writes "Hello Chums" when he signs things. Like he's a character in the Beano, like he's a Bash Street Kid. And then we've got a dog. There's some weird stories in there, like they've written characters, like all the characters from Swap Shop in like Sherlock Holmes adventures, which for me seems like it's padding this book out considerably. Dickens Pastiche with Sarah Green and all that playing characters. They used to have a Silver Broom Award. Did you remember? Do you know that? Silver Broom.
I do
was
remember that. Why do I remember that?
Because kids would nominate their janitor in their school, and the best janitor would get a silver broom.
It literally was the best school janitor.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite cool, isn't it? I mean,
Mr. Jones doesn't mind being teased. When the mice got in the cupboard, our brave caretaker took them outside. Great.
do you know, like a chicken would just eat a mouse if it saw it?
My janitor, Mr. Staples, listens to our problems and has things to wipe up after accidents. He gets our bouncy balls off the roof. That sounds loaded with fucking problems.
Howard Keel was in Pagan Love Song.
Don't know it.
From 1950. Three Guys Named Mike.
Don't know that.
Showboat. You know that
The
one?
musical.
Yeah.
So he's a singer.
He's an actor-singer.
So, but he's not primarily known for being an original pop artist.
No, he's just some old. It's like some old movie star.
Oh, mate, and here's the bit of this. I don't want to be too grotty about this.
Sarah Green, we both want.
Fucking look at that picture of Sarah Green, and you tell me that she is not.
I told you about that porn we had at the back of it. Looked like her.
Yeah.
In the shower, and I used to think it was her.
And you know what though? It's like, out of everything of Superstore, she comes out of that unscathed. Because fucking Chegwin.
You idolise
embarrassment,
Green, don't you?
Ike became a fucking psychopath. Mike Reed became a massive fucking stuck-up middle-class Tory
Bigot,
racist.
yeah.
You've got fucking John Craven, who, to be fair, might be a lovely man. I've not heard of him.
No, he
I'm
is.
Sure
He's
fine.
lovely.
He probably did. He did Country File for a while, didn't he?
He did. He's nice.
So
Wow.
Sarah Green was a Blue Peter presenter, became Saturday Superstore, and then went on to Going Live with Philip Schofield, where they cemented one of the greatest double acts of children's TV of all time.
Who? Her and Mike Smith.
No, her and Philip Schofield were the
Of course.
one of the most iconic double
Well, they
acts.
worked together, didn't they? Yes.
Richard and Judy, pa! Anne Diamond and Nick, whatever his name is, fuck off.
Yeah.
Schofield and Green.
It's all about
Well, I mean,
Schofield and Green.
we haven't
The
got time-
connoisseurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
For connoisseurs.
They
yeah.
literally took what had happened in Superstore and went, we can do this fucking better. And they did. Going Live was the cream of the 80s.
If anyone hasn't picked up on this already, both myself and Paul think that Sarah Green is fucking hot stuff.
I think she's beautiful. Yes, she is. Definitely. I'm not going to take that away from her. But also, she's the best on screen when it came to being a presenter.
She had a very good,
She had a very good atmosphere. She put up with
She
quite a lot of
projected
bullshit.
quite a lot of fun and sort of
She could
a
roll,
light touch.
She
put it
could
that way.
roll with the punches a lot better.
Yeah.
She was a lot more
she was
game for silliness.
Great presenter. I agree.
Funny, talented.
And next to Mike Reed, just so much better. Yeah.
You see the pictures of when like Mike Reed says something awkward, and you can tell she's going, I'm going to have to save this now. I'm going to have to do something that offsets this awkward moment. It's funny as well, because I've been writing my book, right? And it's funny that Ghostbusters, right, and My Love of the Supernatural have Sarah Green appear twice in my timeline. One is because on Saturday Superstore, she showed the clip of Ghostbusters.
She presented that clip.
She did a movie thing, and here's a clip of Ghostbusters coming out later in the year. And so it was through her that I saw my first the Ghostbusters clip, the famous scene with Slimer sliming Peter Venkman in the hotel.
That was the clip that they showed.
That was the first piece of Ghostbusters I ever saw, and was like, I want to know more.
Yeah.
Also, I love Sarah Green.
Yeah.
But also, fast forward a decade, she's starring in Ghostwatch.
Oh, of course.
She was starring as herself in one of the best things the BBC ever did.
Yes.
All I'm saying is Sarah Green has been part of my childhood on 2 very special occasions. 3, but we're not talking about that because it's sticky mess.
Oh, you wanked.
I did. When I first realised I was emitting
in the swimming
fluids.
pool?
No, I did it like
Wave
every
machine.
other normal kid, hidden under my bunk bed.
Wave machine?
No, I was in.
Yeah?
I was under
No,
my.
you don't have to lie to me.
Do you want to know my first wank? My first wank was under my captain's bunk bed in the dark.
Your captain's bunk bed?
Yeah, captain's bunk. You know, it's like a bed on the top, but like a desk underneath and a cabinet.
Is that known as a captain's bunk bed?
Yeah, captain's bunk.
I had one of those.
Yeah, they were fucking great. But that little negative space underneath, I turned it into a den with pillows and stuff.
Underneath the desk?
Yeah.
Right.
Because there was the bed and
Yeah,
the desk,
and
but
then the desk
behind it
below,
there was like
yeah.
this space, and ours was up against the wall, so I had this
Right.
little special cavern,
I
which
see.
became
The wank cavern.
It became my wank cave.
Yes.
It was where I would go to discover myself and see what this strange feeling was that happened when I rubbed myself to fruition.
I got it off the wave machine in Letchworth Leisure Centre.
Yeah, well, apparently a lot of people got it off the wave machine as well.
I didn't come. There was no physical coming.
There's some jokes on
It's
the
just a
unfunny
funny
page.
feeling in my belly.
Jokes,
small jokes, hey!
Where was the Magna Carta signed?
On the bottom of the last page?
Yeah, exactly that. Well played. Very good response.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
How do you cure a kangaroo of appendicitis?
You have to take it to a veterinary hospital and get a qualified surgeon to remove its appendix.
That's exactly what it says here.
Before it
dies of insepticitis.
Blood poisoning.
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
that what it says?
No, it says give it a operation.
Oh my fucking word! Give us another joke.
I'll give
like
you
this.
one because these are all really fucking awful. It's not really a call and response. My sister fell down the stairs.
I say. How did your sister fall down the stairs?
No, it's not that kind of joke.
I say. What happened to your sister?
She crossed me and I pushed her. No, my sister fell down the stairs. Friend says, sell her? No, I think we can get her mended.
Oh, that's...
What animals jump higher than the Blackpool Tower?
When I chucked a cat off it.
No, all of them, because the Blackpool Tower can't jump. Well, and there's interviews here with Nick Kershaw and Howard Jones.
I wouldn't chuck a cat off anything.
There's a page about
sea
facts.
I love cats. I love animals.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a page about sea facts.
I like dogs.
Can I? You don't like dogs.
No, I don't. I'm
You
a
like
cat
cats?
person.
Yeah, we're both
What
cat
do you want to look
people.
at the sea facts?
I just want to look at the book, please, Paul.
All right, let me just make sure there's
Come
nothing
on,
in here I want to talk about.
We're coming up to the judgment, the showdown itself.
Oh, wait, there's one more page of Mike Reed's collection of jukeboxes.
I mean, he would have a collection of jukeboxes.
Every single this is the thing, you're right. Noel Edmonds, every picture, he's like, hey, I'm happy to be here. Oh, I'm playing my part. Every one of Mike Reed's is like, must I really? Must I have to? Do I have to? Must to really?
Look at him with these old VHSs sitting on top of his jukeboxes.
He's just coasted on the hard work of other radio presenters that have done similar things.
He's kind of stuck in the moment he discovered rock and roll in the 50s as well, isn't he? You know what I mean?
He's stuck
there.
in that kind of what?
Terrible haircut and those glasses.
I didn't have much of an opinion on Mike Reed until recently. Then we started doing like all these episodes.
I know, because he kind of doesn't...
Because he was
unmemorable,
footnote.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of that whole thing where it's like him and Bruno Brooks and Alan Davies. Like they were kind of the second tier Radio 1 presenters that kind of just farted out of radio to do Top of the Pops every now and then or whatever.
Yeah. Russell Grant. Is he that
the
astrologer?
Yeah.
What a cunt.
Yeah.
Why does he always pop up in everything?
Because he was in everything
everywhere.
in the 80s, yeah.
He was in fucking everything, wasn't he?
Oh, mate, we've got to cram this in. We've got to cram this in. All right, we've got to cram this in now.
All right.
So, to end on,
Sarah Green had a real style about her.
She was fucking stunning and looked cool, even with
Yeah.
all the 80s fucking mass upon her.
Even with all of that.
But look, we're going to end this segment because there was a song released outside of the theme tune, which was called Down at the Superstore, and it sounded like this.
You need to find a place where you can make some friends. Get out a little more and pick up the latest trend. Saturday morning, get down to
good as Swap Shop. But they also released a song because they had a puppet on the show called Crow, which I think came in the 2nd or 3rd season. And it was a Scouse puppet, which they hated. And then...
he put out a single.
Yeah, they put out a single called...
Geronimo.
Geronimo. And it sounds... God, it sounds just like this.
Hi, and welcome to Madison Square Garden in New York City. Are you having a good time out there? Well, let's give a great big New York welcome for the one, the only, Mr. Crow!
I've got Virgo on the phone. He wants to know if he can come to the gig tomorrow night.
Yeah, of course he can. But I tell you what, he likes to pay. G-R-O-N-I-M-O, all the kids are singing to Geronimo. G-R-O-N-I-M-O, it's a magical Mr. Crow. But you can...
Now, this didn't chart very highly either.
That's what's known as a terrible novelty... Bruce Springfield. Is that his name?
Bruce Springsteen.
Springfield.
Because Simpsons.
Bruce Springfield? What am I talking about?
I don't know.
Bruce...
I do it all the time. Welcome to my mouth.
Welcome to my mouth.
Eli, welcome to my mouth.
You don't say it like that, do you?
Welcome to my mouth. Thank you for coming in.
Chud!
No more chud. No more chud.
To the chud. Right.
I'm choking on chud.
Now.
Here comes the wave machine.
The wave machine. Now. That is... I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry I said a lot of things today.
You should apologise.
That Crow, it's a Bruce Springfield.
Yeah. I don't know.
Springsteen.
This didn't chart very highly. I think it got to like number 80 or something in the charts, which still beat Kim Goody, which must really be calling.
I don't think she thinks about that.
No. And it's not, you know what? It's not the worst song I've ever seen.
It's fucking bad.
Yeah, but it's not the worst I've ever heard of this type.
But just like so many of these novelty records from that era, Paul, it has a blues on the B-side, doesn't it?
The B-side, what do we do? We'll just be meta and self-referential, comment on the fact that it's a B-side.
And do a blues.
Because it's easy, isn't it?
And then I grab my little harmonica and I go.
All it says here is that it's produced by Jeff Reville and Mr. Crow, engineered by Nick Smith. Big thanks to the Crowlettes, the Treetop Horns, the Crowbars, and Crow's roadie Mickey Rook. A special thank you to Mary Edwards and CB for all their inspiration. Care of the Puppet Factory. So this was independently released and not really anything to do with the BBC. Even the label is just WEA, which I don't know what that is.
Well, it's a huge group. That was what Atlantic and Warner Brothers and all of them. That was like they all joined.
Weird that it's not a BBC record, though.
Yeah, very strange, because it was literally from the show.
Yeah.
He was on the show.
But
There's no mention of the Superstore on the record, is there?
No, absolutely none, apart from the logo, which obviously uses the same font. The Crow and stuff, and Saturday, and the Geronimo. Uses the same font.
And the same colour.
Yeah. So,
how interesting.
So it catches your eye in that way, but not necessarily has to...
But they couldn't, because the BBC can't sell a commercial product like that, can they?
Or, no, they can't. That's why they have BBC Worldwide, for that very
BBC
reason.
Records and Tapes.
Yeah. But
why wasn't it put out by BBC Record and Tapes, I wonder?
I would argue what happened is the guy who made the puppet and everything got a deal, and so they did it independently, created an independent label.
And said, we're not going to mention the Superstore on it. But that could have hurt the prospects for the single. Perhaps if they branded it more as a Superstore thing, it might have sold better.
Maybe.
Who knows? Because it disappeared without a trace. 80. I like that. Can I put it in my collection of novelty records?
Yes, of course you can have it in your
It's
novelty.
proper shit, that.
Yeah, you can have Mike Reid Tell Me
No,
I'm
I don't
Wrong
want
as
that.
well. No,
I
you've
don't
got to
want-
have both.
I do not want
it's
the Mike
Reid.
Reid.
It's a 2 for 1.
I don't want that
It's
Mike
a 2
Reid.
for 1. If you want to...
Have you played some of that Mike Reid song?
Yeah, we played a bit of everything. Well,
God,
no, I don't
shit.
think we need to play Tell Me I'm Wrong, because we did it a few episodes ago. Well, 2 years ago. We're not doing it again. How
No,
dare
it's
you?
terrible. I mean, he's terrible.
We've played Geronimo and the Cliff song and the theme tune. That's enough.
All right.
That's enough, I
Is
think.
it time for the showdown now?
I think it is time now to announce what we think is the winner based on their merch and legacy. So join us after this short commercial break.
Everybody.
No, stop saying everybody. Everyone who is here is here.
Oh, no, we're all here.
Welcome to my mouth.
Catch a passing elephant around the Merry-Go Zoo. Paddle with the penguins and meet the giraffe too. Then join the treehouse family living in the trees. Those treetops have a playground. Could we see it, please? They're springing off the springboard and seeing down the saw. That treehouse playground is such fun. They'll all be back for more. Merry-Go Zoo, treehouse and new treehouse playground. It's discovery time from Palatoy.
Mainline trains are getting closer and closer to the real thing. Now they've got electronic steam sound built in. Steam sound sets from Mainline Railways.
You'll flip over Guess Who, a great family game. Pick a card, then use all your powers of deduction to guess who. Does the mystery person have blue eyes? Wear glasses, a hat? Is it Tom, Robert, Anne, or Bill?
No, it's Claire!
You'll flip over Guess Who from NB Games.
Right. To signify the end of this episode, Eli just ripped off a big, dirty fart.
No, I
which
did not.
Sounded like someone slitting a cow's throat. And
No,
it
it
now
didn't.
stinks in here of the most acrid of
No,
bodily
it doesn't.
smells. It does. I can smell it.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Don't lie. Why
I'm
do you have
not
to
lying.
lie?
I'm not lying.
Why do you have to besmirch
I'm
me?
sitting in your art fog, and I don't like it. And then bring it to people's attention, so you're becoming more
No one needs to
self-conscious
know
of
that,
it.
and they know-
You're right,
it's
they
not-
don't
it's
need
not
to know.
true.
But I'm telling them.
It's
so
not
they can,
true.
They have a peek inside the world of pain I
I
live
can
in.
smell your fingernails.
Yeah? What do they smell like?
Camembert.
No. So, it is
Horse.
2 episodes, 2 90-minute segments. It's now time to finally pick the winner. Now, last week I did a poll on Twitter to ask people what they thought was the best.
I know
said,
what won that.
I said Swap Shop.
Can I
Tiz was.
have this Sarah Green picture?
No.
I'll just pull it
but
out.
I will take a photograph of it and send it to you if you need it.
Did you see there's one of her on a bed as well in here?
Yeah. Mate, I can't. I can't get an erection in front of you right now.
All right,
I don't want
fine.
to. So, but also, you put the book down so you don't get an erection in front of me.
Oh, why do giraffes have long necks?
Don't know.
So they can get away from their smelly feet.
I wish
Take
you-
another pass on that gag, everybody. Fuck's sake.
Just let's throw it into the writer's room.
You know what I mean?
Right, so
Jesus.
I said to them, what was the best? Swap Shop, Tiz was, Saturday Superstore, or number 73.
And
right?
do you want to
ran
know
the
what I
poll-
think?
I ran the poll for 3 days, and we got 208 votes.
Okay.
Right.
Not
Who do
too
you
bad.
think won?
Tiz was.
Okay. Here is the actual results. Now, it's difficult because based on Twitter, you don't know what the demographic of people voting is, whether people saw it
That's
and
not the
remembered it.
point.
No, I know, but what I'm saying
You'd think
is...
the people who voted had an opinion, so would have seen
You'd
some
like
of
to think,
these,
but
yeah.
you know what the internet's like? People often vote without having an opinion.
Well,
because
it's
that is
very
their
easy,
want.
isn't it? You
Yeah.
just sort of tick a box. I mean,
So, best, I put... So, Swap Shop came out at 24%. Tiz was 27%.
Yeah.
Saturday Superstore, 9%. Number 73, 39%.
It's loved. It is
39. It came out on top in this
I was
pod.
wrong. I stand corrected.
People, some comments underneath. Alex said he only watched number 73 when Frank Sidebottom was on. Starbuck says definitely Tiz was, but if I had to choose now, I would pick Dick and Dom in the Bungalow. I guess that's a generational thing. There was also Saturday Starship.
Dick and Dom in the Bungalow. Was that
It was a pretty good BBC. It was way after my time,
right?
But it was a pretty good Saturday morning show.
But it was the same format,
Same
like a
format.
long thing with
Dick and
cartoons.
Dom hosted it.
Right.
And silliness. And there was also a show called Saturday Starship with Tommy Boyd that was presented that I think was around the same time as number 73.
Okay.
Saturday Banana and stuff like that. What was the other comments I saw? Someone said they were part of the Wackaday Going Live generation, which is true. The Wide Awake Club came just after or just in the middle of all of this.
I think it was around when these were sort of when 73 and Superstore were coming into their last few years.
Yeah.
I think Wackaday and all that sort of started to happen.
It was weaving in and out, yeah.
It overlapped and outlived all of these, didn't it?
Well, yeah, because
it went into the 90s.
Well, because it was a weekday show, Wackaday, as opposed to a weekend show.
Okay, but it was kids. It was like a kids.
Well, it was Timmy Mallet, wasn't it? And Michaela Strachan and Tommy Boyd and stuff.
Strachan. Sorry.
She released a song as well.
I know.
Radio. What was it called? Project Radio or something?
It was not very good.
Happy Radio?
Happy Radio.
Which is a cover of a Motown song, right?
Like a Temptation song.
Which, as we discussed a little while ago, like I seen a lot of people just did horrible 90s Casio remakes
well,
of Motown
I mean, the
hits.
Motown covers were huge. It was a huge trend in the 80s.
Yeah.
Think of Can't Hurry Love.
Can't Hurry Love by Phil Collins.
Probably
yeah.
the biggest hit cover, Motown cover.
Yeah, and that was all part of that baby boomer thing as well, where the baby boomers remembering their nostalgia.
Yeah.
Which is what our generation's fucking doing now with shit like Star Wars and things in the 80s, where it's like Phil Collins going, oh, do you remember the 50s and 60s when things were tough and, you know, Z cars and stuff?
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of fucking some cunt now going, oh, Star Wars.
I know.
Precious Star Wars. Don't touch my Star Wars. Loophole says, I was always a swap shop kid. Tiswas was too cluttered and unruly for me at the time.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, we all know that fucking loophole online. I have a stamp collection and a
You know what I mean?
selection of Hornby train
You like
sets.
order.
Yeah.
You like order.
Stu Pickford says Tiswas was wild. Fair enough.
It was. This is what
David Glover says going live and or get fresh. That was
Fuck off.
the other appeasing one.
Come on.
No,
Tiswas-
going live was good.
It shits all over them. Tiswas shits all over
No, but even
them.
Tiswas was sloppy to the point that I think
of proper danger.
Doesn't necessarily
It was
mean
rock
it
and
was the
roll.
best, though.
What's the most rock and roll of these?
Tiswas.
easily.
Yeah. So someone says, oh, I don't know any of them because I'm too young to know the references. Fine. CPC Retro says, Saturday Superstore. I won the silly sound competition, winning a kazoo and talking to Keith Chegwin. Yes, you do deserve a kazoo for talking to Keith Chegwin and a tetanus shot. And then someone goes, if Uncle Mentor says, if someone doesn't vote for Tiswas, A, they're wrong, and B, is cruising for a flanning.
I have to agree with Uncle Mentis on that.
So, here's what we're going to do, me and you right now. Based on the legacy of these shows, based on the merchandise, based on everything, what is the best of the Saturday morning shows in our showdown? Eli, I'm going to let you pick. Think like best of the worst. You know, Red Letter Media. Pick the best of the Saturday morning showdown.
Well, I think it has to be Tiswas. Even though I do find the LP annoying to listen to.
Right.
I think it's just the most fun. And
the most like creatively verdant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most fun, a proper feeling of anarchy and danger, which I don't think any of the other shows really, only when they were fucking up. With Tiswas, it's like it's going right when it's fucking pure chaos.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? It's like this is what we're trying to get, and they harness that chaotic energy of live TV in a way that really works for the show, makes it exciting. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
And I don't think any of those other shows really got that.
Not in the same way. But that was
Superstore especially is just fucking shit.
No, mate, okay, so if I'm going
And 73 I just find boring. I'm sorry. I just find it boring and cringy.
The merch, though, the books
Swap
and things
Shop. If I was going to go for number 2, it'd be Swap Shop. So I'd have...
Tiswas, Swap Shop, what then?
73.
And then Superstore.
I mean,
yeah.
Superstore's just despicable. man.
Superstore was like a stopgap until we got the glory of going live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it like, they turfed out.
Superstore, yeah, it's like all the old guard. It was all very tired and shit, wasn't it?
All right,
really?
so
Yeah.
Eli picks that. I'm going to pick bottom Saturday Superstore.
I mean, we both agree on that.
It's a lesser version of Swap Shop on all levels.
Yes.
What saves it is effectively Sarah Green, and the cringe factor.
Yeah.
Which makes it a curio to watch. Now, I'm going to put videos to some episodes of Swap Shop and the Tiswas revival that happened in the early 2000s as well, when they did a new episode of Tiswas.
Is that good?
I never saw it, so it's on YouTube.
Put
so
a link to an actual original Tiswas
I will put
episode.
links to as many clips of note on the page for this episode.
Okay.
So if you go to the CheapShow.co.uk, look for Showdown Part 2. There'll be a page there with images and also video clips of Swap Shop and
What
Tiswas.
was the Tiswas revival like?
It was just like it was just them doing. It was like the Swap Shop revival, where it was just like.
Did they do a Swap Shop revival as well?
For one night only, did a few hours, 2 hours of TV, where they kind of recreate a few of the things they did, but also talked about it in a kind of conversational interview way as well, a retrospective, more than a recreation, if that makes more sense. So here's my list: bottom Superstore, dog shit, sorry, weak piss. Then number 73. Then Tiswas, but the only reason I'm putting Tiswas is because it meant less to me as a kid. Because I couldn't see it.
Oh, no, it was very early on, wasn't it? Yeah, but it is the progenitor, like we said, of all of this.
Yeah, but for me, number one is Swap Shop.
That was your...
There's something
That's
more,
your special plus.
I would say that no, because again, I didn't know Swap Shop all that much. I'm coming into kids' TV at this time around about 73 and Superstore. And me growing
83.
up... and me growing up, watching number 73 was more common than Superstore. Tiswas
73.
and Swap Shop.
Sorry, I thought you were referring
something-
to the year there.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Swap Shop and Tiswas was something I had to come back to older when they were showing clips on
Yes.
TV or whatever.
Yeah.
But now I can step back and look at it and look at all the merch, and it's like, well, they had the pop songs and all those books and the engagements.
Tiswas, I mean, if you're looking just at the media, Tiswas had some really good things.
Yeah, their
well-produced
T-shirts
things.
and the album, a concept album,
Yeah,
effectively.
essentially, yes.
And the annual was pretty well
much
put
classier,
together.
much classier than anything else. Like that fucking Crow record, or Mike Reed's terrible record.
Yeah,
or, you know,
No. Number 73 didn't leave that much of a footprint culturally outside
didn't.
of the book, the logo of the door,
the badge. The best thing about 73 has got to be that badge.
Yeah,
It's great.
and Sandy Toksvik is part of that legacy.
So did the badge become something like the Blue Peter badge, where it was sort of
you
coveted?
couldn't because you couldn't get it by just
In the
buying
shop,
one.
right.
You had to have been on the show or had a letter read out on the show or something.
And Jim will fix it.
No, you had to get more hands-on with Jim will fix it.
No,
No, I mean, generally, you had to
Go
be
on the
on
show.
a roller coaster and eat ice cream before you got one.
Yeah.
Or
That's what I mean,
give
though.
someone the keys to a mortuary. Maybe you got a badge that way. Was that you? Do you look at that every night in your little cigar box that you hid under the stairs and go,
Cigar.
I shouldn't have accepted that Jim will fix it badge?
All I'm saying is a lot of these TV shows had sort of coveted badges or medallions in the case of Jim will fix it.
And that was what made it stand out. But ultimately, I am going to go with Swap Shop. I think the iconography of it is important. I think what it did, because Tiswas didn't have people phoning in to speak to guests.
No.
And stuff like that. So Swap Shop was interactive.
It was too wet. The stage would have been too wet for electronics.
I
There's
don't
so
think-
much flan flying
There's
around.
no focus. There's not enough focus, I think.
That's
to
what I
get a
like,
decent-
that proper sort of chaos.
Which is what we do on this show
Yes,
and
to a
on Digitizer.
to a certain
So
extent.
we are more of the gene pool of
Tiswas, definitely.
But I think I respect Swap Shop for what it actually did to live TV, for kids TV, for the interaction between celebrities and kids, to the travelling roadshow element.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just left.
It did launch Noel.
When you think of the 70s as a British person, part of that nostalgia is Swap Shop.
Okay.
Tiswas, I agree with, but Tiswas was so niche to certain regions that it couldn't have had the same popular impact.
Well,
as
I think
Swap
it
Shop.
started to in the early 80s, just before it sort of stopped. It got
It's
big
certainly why
the
I
last 2
remember
years.
it. But I think my distant memory of it was the last season when it was shown once on Granada one Saturday.
Yeah.
So there you go. So I'm going to go with that.
Yes. Well, there you go.
I wonder what you would pick.
Well, we know what they picked on Twitter. It was
They went with number
Tiswas.
73.
And seeing as I'm going
They went with number 73.
yeah, they did. Yeah,
Tiswas was the second.
was second.
note.
So if we go on overall votes,
Yeah.
it's Tiswas. Just,
I would,
isn't it?
if we're going to bottle this, I would say Tiswas and Swap Shop should be equal ranking because they were separate sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
And they both did a lot for
Swap Shop
changing
did,
TV.
but Swap Shop was inspired by Tiswas, wasn't
No,
it?
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't because they both came out at the exact same time, basically.
okay.
The difference is that Tiswas had a slow rollout across the regions.
I see.
And Swap Shop hit everywhere at once.
Because it was the BBC and
Yeah.
they had a different model. It
And
was a
I
national model.
genuinely don't believe anyone working for Swap Shop knew anything that was going on with Tiswas
Probably
at all.
not, no.
So they were just sealed in their own little worlds, but they both managed to bubble up at the same time and change TV, because again, it's not just those shows. It's like what they did for Saturday morning TV. It's the celebrities they released. It's the names they made big.
Yeah. But do you know if there was anything existing on American television
at
that time or before?
I don't
did
know.
a similar thing.
I don't honestly know. If you're an American listener or international listener, because some people said when they couldn't get Tiswas, all they had that Saturday morning was like an educational schools film that went out. You know, those old British...
Those BBC Children's Film Fund. That's like
those
Danny the Dragon.
Yeah.
And that one with the knight in the haunted castle.
It's all that stuff was out in those
Those
slots.
were terrible, those
And
slots.
mate, look, Paul, do you want to watch Saturday Superstore or do you want to watch fucking Danny the Dragon? Well, Sarah Green's on Saturday Superstore, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go underneath my man cave in my captain's bunk and make all my pillows sticky.
Are we doing the sex episode again?
We're going to do that soon, by the way.
Are we?
So if anyone wants to get their fan fiction ready, we're going to be calling on it. I was going to do it for Valentine's Day, but I haven't got the time to plan it in this.
Can we do something
time.
nice for Valentine's Day?
Well, yeah, you can come in my mouth if you want. So that's it. That's it. The episode's over then. That's all we've got time for. Funnily enough, between these two episodes, we've made a 3-hour show, which is about the same length as a Saturday morning kids TV show.
Come on, everybody.
So there we go. So thank you for getting
Thanks,
involved in the
everybody.
pod. We're back next week for more mucky cheap show business.
Noodles.
Where Eli gets some noodles and some sauces
Fucking
out.
noodles, mate.
Because he's been sitting on them for a while.
It's been too long.
It's about time we let him release the noodle.
Release the fucking fetid
What are you
noodle.
doing there with your hands? It's stroking it. It's like
what?
that you were cupping
I was
your balls and
itching.
stroking.
I was not cupping.
There was a cupping. Your hand was in a cupped
Well, I'm
position.
sorry. Fucking...
Anyway, thank you for listening to Cheap Show. You can support us on Patreon if you'd like. Patreon.com/Cheap Show. Give what you can, but only if you can.
Thanks for that, everybody.
What else? Yeah, email thecheapshow@gmail.com. I'm at Paul Gannon Show on Twitter, at The Cheap Show Pod, and Eli is...
Eli Snoid, spelled ELISNOID. Come on, everybody!
And everything else is on our website. There's going to be a page specifically
should I
designed...
try this soda?
No, there's going to be a page specifically built for this episode where you can see videos and pictures and all sorts. So, great.
Can we do it next week?
thecheapshow.co.uk. Yes, we can do your fucking stupid drink next week.
It's days. Just a little foreshadowing here. This is Mountain Pop. Oh, never heard of that, have you?
No.
As a flavour, Days Mountain Pop.
Well, that's something to look forward to next week when Eli brings the food.
And some fucking soda.
But that's all we've got time for this week. So we're going to play out with Redbox and the track For America.
Oh, For
See you
Amer-
next week, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Put that down. No, pick that up again.
Put that down.
Come round here.